Although we do need to start the show soon because I'm, well, no, I don't mean that. It's because I'm looking at the Steam summer sale. So,
oh boy,
I don't, you know,
all that Destiny stuff's on sale, huh? They must have been listening, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's on sale for $200 because you're still buying a bunch of random shit that you don't need to buy.
Yeah, I saw that. Wow. Kogo, you gonna buy anything on the Steam summer sale?
I don't have a PC.
Oh,
I'm jealous.
Well, don't be jealous because I really don't play on PC. But
PC has its own set of problems. Don't let anybody tell you that PC is better than console.
No, it is. And that's why I don't play on it.
Oh, hey, guys. Destiny 2 is free to play. Did you know that?
It is free to play. Yes, it is.
Did you hear Kogo? I tried to keep it straight, and he was just like, no, you can't do that, Hazel.
Oh, boy.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for spending your day with us. Welcome to episode 206 of Guardian Downcast, a Destiny podcast. Hey, if you love to play the game Destiny 2, you've come to the right place. We're a couple of gamer dads that have played Destiny since that day one beta back in 2014, and we're just as passionate about it today as we were back then. We discuss key topics and news within the gaming community so you can be in the loop. We not only seek the stories of Destiny content creators, but we're a podcast that gives a voice to the stories of our Destiny community members out there. And in this game, that's what it's all about, right? We're the show that asks, are you ready for more drama in the Destiny 2 community this week?
No.
Good, because that was my answer too. No more drama. I'm done with drama. I'm your host, Todd, the Gator. And my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. Hey man, how's your week been?
Relatively good, actually. I didn't poison my mind with stuff about, the shortcomings of Bungie and, them trying to milk the community out of every last dollar that they have. So,
in other words, you stayed off Twitter.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I avoided Reddit like it was the plague.
What's Reddit?
And
yeah.
And then YouTube, I did watch a couple things. I had to see that I saw Ascendant Nomad threw out a video about, the game too. He did that today, I believe.
Okay.
And then also TDT.
I watched his.
Yeah. So I watched Nisam, and I'm just like, all right, that's enough. Not really toxicity, but just that's enough,
Well, everybody's wanting to throw their hat in the ring. They're wanting to get their opinion in, about what's been going on and stuff. Yeah. I was tempted, I'll be honest. I was tempted to throw a video out there. But I abstained.
Yeah. And so I didn't inundate myself with a bunch of negativity. So I've actually been in a pretty damn good mood. So what about you?
Excellent, man. Good. No, man, I'd like to say it was a great week, but listen to this, man. My internet went out on, I want to say Sunday. Yeah. And, we tried everything. My son came over to try to help me with it, and the modem's just not communicating. Brass tacks, that's what it is. Their modem is not communicating with my router. And my company doesn't have a phone number. The only way you can talk to them is via chat. And you know how fun that is. Being you're in the business, Hazel.
Yeah.
So I chat with this lady. It was a female name. I'm assuming it was a lady. And, we chatted for an hour. She checked my line. She did everything, said nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. Then finally she says, well, it looks like we do have a problem with the line. I think she was just wanting to get me off the phone, to be honest. And,
that's the best.
And I was like, we'll have to send a text. I said, but here's the thing. We're going to put you on the super priority list because this is urgent. I said, so keep your phone with you. Keep your phone with you at all times because when we call it, maybe, like first thing in the morning. I'm like, oh, okay. So I brought it to bed with me. I had it up next to my bed, the ringer all the way up and everything. I did not want to miss this tech call in, I get a text in the morning. It wakes me up. It's an automated text from my company. I'm not going to say which company it is because they're all terrible. And, it said, Great news. We have a tech coming on your way. He'll be there on July 5th.
That's a detour.
I'm like, okay, thank you very much. And I immediately got back on the phone and called their competitor and hired him. So yeah, internet is life. And if you're running a business and you need internet, I'm sorry, I'm not going to wait a whole week for you to be able to send a tech out to fix if you can't cover this area, then
he was en route, dude.
No, he wasn't en route. Oh yeah. They just didn't tell me he was driving from Norway. Exactly. He had to take the ferry a couple
cars
times.
that can drive on the water.
Oh no, he probably just had to take a few ferries. That's what I'm guessing. So, it's, you know what's ironic is this company's corporate headquarters is literally 5 blocks away from my house. It's so frustrating. But, so yeah, I'm back to a cable internet service, but they do have the same speed. So I said, what the heck? Let's roll with it. So here I am. So, but yeah, I have not gotten much Destiny in. In fact, the one night I played, did some fishing and stuff, and I was on my hotspot on my cellular, and you know how great that is. So yeah, not a fun week of Destiny, that's for sure. But hey, enough about us. We have a brand new guest of the show tonight, and, he's fairly new to our community, but I tell you what, he has really made an impact on our Discord and our Discord community. And Hazel and I just said to each other, hey man, we need to know more about this guy. So see what he's all about. So welcome to the show, Kogo 4. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. It's not bad, and it's payday, so.
That's always the best day.
It is.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on tonight, man. Can't wait to hear your story. Well, here's what we have on tap for this week. First, we're going to get to know Kogo 4 a little more. Find out how he found Destiny and his Destiny journey since. Then we're going to test his Twitch reflexes in our new and further improved fast fire question and answer segment we call, oh yeah, it's back, the speed run. Hazel's going to go over the TWID for the 6th week of Season of the Deep. Then finally, we'll answer your questions for the show via the questions for the show Discord channel and our voicemails, which, by the way, if you want to send us a voicemail, it's speakpipe.com/Guardian Downcast, all one word. And of course, what would make our show complete with another Scumdesk Corner as well. So let's go. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or you can find us on our Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you. Or, you know what? Just visit our website at GuardianDowncast.com for all of our contact information and where else you can find us to play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Man, don't or me. Hey, Guardians, while you're at it, follow our Guardian Downcast show playlist. We have it on Spotify and Apple Music. We post these links in our show description every week. So check us out. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Oh, come on, man. Not the toddles again.
What's wrong with the toddles?
Nothing, I guess.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can always edit it out.
Yeah, I'll edit it. Okay. Well, Mr. Kogo 4, thanks for coming on the show again, sir. We appreciate it. Let's start with this. Where do you hail from, and what do you do to pay the bills, sir?
Well, I crawled out of the sagebrush. I live in Oregon, Oregon by name.
Okay.
Eastern Oregon, basically Idaho. You can say Minor or Central Oregon or Burns. No. If I told you where I live, you could probably knock on my door.
Wow. Okay. That few people in the city, huh?
Yeah. It's not a city. It's a town. But I think we got about 10,000. It's been the same since I was born and raised here, and it hasn't changed.
Wow. Okay.
But for work, I'm a tax man.
Really?
I work for the assessor's office, and I appraise houses for property taxes.
That's pretty cool.
So, well, it's cool if you're not my neighbor, right?
So you're a property appraiser for the tax rolls?
Yep.
I got you.
Yep.
All right. See, we haven't had one of those on yet. Sorry, Cam. I gotta get warmed up here.
I gotta get warmed up here.
We have not had a
206 episodes.
I know.
Calls me the wrong name.
We have not had a tax man on our show before, so that's a first. We've had an attorney, but now we have a tax man. All right.
Hey.
Good deal.
You know, maybe we have had some people on, but they never claimed it. You know.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding. So, Mr. Kogo.
Yes.
What is one of your earliest video game memories?
Well, I'm an only child, so I didn't have a brother or sister to beat or fight over for the controls, but I was spoiled also. Mm-hmm. And I remember the Atari started with that. And I had a gamer dad for about 3 weeks, and he had a problem. But I came home one day and Space Invaders was gone, and that's where I learned it. And I never knew the story until about half a year later, and I found it. My dad was staying up too late, and so he took it away and put it up. And that was my first video game experience, honestly.
Wait a minute. Your dad was up late playing video games?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Space Invaders. Yeah.
That is so cool. I can relate.
Yeah.
Wow. That's outstanding. See, my dad got me an Atari too. He had no interest in it. He'd watch me play it for a few minutes and he'd just walk away. Wow. I mean, that was the shit back then, man.
So then he got rid of it, or did he get rid of it?
No, he just forgot to put it back, right?
No. He hid it from himself because he was staying up too late. Like, he wouldn't play in front of me. He didn't play with me.
I see.
He would wait until I went to bed.
Closet gamer.
Kind of like I do on Destiny.
He didn't want to share. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Yeah.
A teenage little Kogo probably was confused. Wow. Man. Wow.
Don't worry. I made up for it later.
Oh. Oh, okay. I want to hear that story later. Please share if you like. It's wide open, man. If you want to explain how you got your vengeance, I'd love to hear it. Oh, as long as it doesn't involve him being in the ground.
Well, my dad was not into computers, but he did provide.
Right.
And so I started with the 386. I didn't really play games. I spent most of my spare time outdoor. And until I got to college. And I got hanging out with the wrong crowd. I started with Subspace, which is like Asteroids with the Chat engine.
Yeah.
We got our clan put up. Then EverQuest. And EverQuest turned it into Animal House. College turned into the best 7.5 years of my life. And pretty much I got rid of the PC. I started couch surfing after that because I just spending way too much time there trying to get back into the real world.
Yeah, it can definitely get a hold on you without.
Yeah.
It's like everything else. It's like every other hobby, man. It's just sometimes we get a little addicted to it, you know? We want the time flies when we're playing our hobby because it's whatever it may be because we're having so much fun and time just melts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's good. Good deal. Well, how did you find this wonderful game we call Destiny? I
had a little local group here, about 3 or 4 of us. We were playing, Call of Duty. I guess it was Black Ops 3 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just saw Destiny or the commercials or the hype train. I caught the hype train. And, so 2014, I was cool. My friend had just got me into Skyrim. And then, like I said, we were playing some Black Ops, and I just decided, hey, I can do this. I can sit on the couch and play some games. And so I signed up. I actually signed up with the Dads of Destiny. I think I was scanning the internet, and Bungie had a deal there with the Dads of Destiny clan, and I signed up even before I played. I didn't do any alpha or beta on D1, but I did already belong to a clan when we started.
You know, I did the same thing. I joined Dads of Destiny before the game even arrived because I was so hyped for it. And, you know, you're looking, what kind of people can I game with that are, you know, my age, you know, that are dads? Yeah. Yeah, before the game even came out. That's pretty cool.
I wasn't even a dad then.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter, man.
That's hilarious.
Dad is in quotes, right?
Yeah, dad is in quotes. But I made up for it. I mean, I kind of broke the silence and joined the club hard.
Nice.
Just say that's what your significant other calls you. So. All right. Let's see here. So, Kogo, what have you been up to in Destiny this week or lately?
You know, I haven't been up to a whole lot. I do check the Discord. I also check the events. If I'm going to be here, I would try to pick up at least an event a week and keep up. But I really haven't logged in a whole lot this week. But I'm excited for Friday. I guess last Friday we kind of had a raid that didn't pan out, but it's all good.
Yeah, it happens. People can't make it, and you can't get a filler to fill in, so it happens. Yeah.
Yep. I want to do more Friday stuff, but I mean, I'm podcasting, and that just kind of sucks to a degree. You know?
Well, I mean, you got to have reserve in your battery by the time podcasting time comes, you know?
Well, I mean, it depends. If I'm doing Ron, then I can just do ad clear, and I can do that and play.
Speaking of which, I'll be doing one tomorrow with Mr. Monkey and friends. We're going to take Hayoka through his very first raid tomorrow.
Nice.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Well, what did you do this last week, Hazel?
Not a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm. Marvel Snap?
Yeah, Marvel Snap for the most part. Yeah, it was marvelous. But I've been trying to do the fishing thing. So, we were on the Blueberry Lounge, and I was fishing. I was trying to fish during it, but the conversation got a little heated, so I had to put it away for that. I was like, all right, we're going to do it like this. So, yeah. So now I'm just fishing. That's about it. Just standing there hoping for a public event that doesn't show up.
Yeah, we got some good news about that in the TWID this week. Shout out to those guys, the Blueberry Lounge guys. That's Native Raider and Sweaty Spooks. And we had some guests kind of crash our party as well. The two guys from Two Titans and a Hunter, that would be Mr. Night Demon and Mr. Parody. It was great to hear them again. I hadn't talked with them in a while, so
it was.
Yeah, it was a good show. We had a lot of good conversation, and that show should be out any day now. When it is, I told Sweaty to let me know, and I'll post it in our Discord and announcements. But really good conversations last night. It was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been up to this week?
Well, man, I haven't had internet, so I had to cancel my raid Saturday because I didn't have. I think that's when my internet dropped was Saturday night, like I had in the afternoon. Had to cancel that raid, and that was, I think, with Mr. Monkey as well. And then I didn't have internet Sunday. I just said, hell with it. If I don't have internet, I'm just going to go to the movies or something. And then finally, I just said, hell with it. I hooked up my hotspot on my AT&T, which is not the greatest where I live. The signal's not the strongest. And even though I have 5G, it's like 1 to 2 megabits per second online, tapping it into the computer as a hotspot. And I was just messing around, just seeing what I could do, just doing patrols and stuff. And Mr. Hammercrasher messaged me. He says, "Hey, are you in Nessus? Are you fishing?" I said, well, I'm not fishing, but I can be. Mm-hmm. So, he invited me into the party. I said, well, I'll just have to tell you, I can't join the voice chat. I don't have enough bandwidth to even do that. But we gave each other a bro hug and stuff. And myself and Hammer started fishing, and then Wormwood made his way in. He joined up and started fishing with us. I guess word spread, or they were in a chat maybe in the Discord, and I was not privy to it. And then John the Bounty Hunter came in, and we fished a little bit, and then I called it. And that has been my week in Destiny. Now, I did do that morning before. I did do the final story mission, and we'll talk about that later. But that's been it for me. And now that I got internet, I'll be playing a raid tomorrow. I'm jonesing for a raid, to be honest. It's been too long. and then we'll see what happens the rest of the week. So yeah, that's me.
Nice.
One thing I wanted to ask Kogo is, Kogo, how did you find our community, man?
It's pretty much a standard answer. I was going through Spotify.
Okay.
Got tired of Mr. Rogan. And
nobody gets tired of Mr. Rogan, man.
Oh, I watched the episode, I guess the latest one with Ice Cube here.
Oh, okay.
Today a little bit, but yeah, just saw it on there. I wouldn't say anything about the Two Titans and a Hunter or anything like that, because I listened to a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I did try to catch up on lore. I got the lore books and all that, and I'm still lost in the lore, but I do entertain the thought that one day I'll hammer it all out. But yeah, I just caught the podcast. Now I've caught the GDC community probably years ago, but I probably didn't have a clan or wasn't looking for one at the time, and I had been scouting the Bungie forums and going through that at the time that I caught your show and just signed up for Discord, fired it back up, which I hadn't done in years. So,
well, nice. We're very glad you found us, man. You've been
yes,
you've been quite the character in our Discord. I like it. There's something you do every week in our Discord, the little TLDR for those who maybe didn't have the time to watch a 4-hour podcast or listen to a 4-hour podcast last week. You tend to give people a little synopsis and you put your own little flavor on it. And that is so cool, man. I mean, where did you learn to write like that? I mean, is that something you were you always just a creative writer in the past, or did you actually have formal training, or?
No, I think I still have some missing book reports at school.
You got to read the book first.
I didn't know it was a TLDR. I still use the DRTL because
that's right.
Rodimus, and I've seen Rodimus do this a couple times. Back in the day when you don't know what's going on and he wants a quick rundown, and I had to Google it. So I can't give Rodimus a hard time. I was totally out of the loop, but so yeah, I just. Instead of too long, it's probably still too long, but I just don't read. We'll just start there.
That's even better.
That's funny.
What gave you the idea to do that? Have you done that before on another clan? Did you ever do that in the past, or is it just something that just struck you to start doing?
No. I do a lot of shit posting or bad posting.
Okay.
Low effort stuff.
Oh, in other words, you're a Reddit user. Gotcha.
Oh, I just got done putting a big old block of text up there before Rodimus said, he needed a breakdown. And I just thought, maybe I can, I'll just try this. He asked for it. I gave to it. Seemed like a few people said they liked it. So, I made no promises, but I'll just keep going.
Well, yeah, you do a great job at it, so it's always entertaining to read it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And one thing I alluded to before is that when it comes to like who I am, like at the stage of life that I'm in, I've got some expendable cash that I can spend, and that I can float to a Twitch sub or something like this. But to me, like when you do that, you give something more than that. You give your time, and that's what, like, every time I see it, I just laugh, and I just just overcome with I don't know, the feels and all that, just because, you're spending your time by doing it.
Absolutely.
And that's what means the most to me. So I thank you for that.
Well, I have to ask him now. I mean, be honest. How much time does it take you to craft that stuff? I mean, sometimes I can get in the groove and I can just let it flow, but I know it takes thought, put it into it.
Oh, to craft it? I probably have to, it's more listening. Like I listen to the podcast probably 2.5, 3 times at least.
What?
And so, I have to listen to the podcast once just to listen to it.
Sure. Enjoy
it. And then
the
other time is I'll kind of break it down and say, oh, okay, well, what can I pick at here? What can I do? How's this go in? I'm trying to get better of actually having it be a bullet of what you guys discussed.
Right.
And I get a little off. I tried the little karaoke Al Yankovic song deals, and I kind of enjoy doing that because it's fun, but I don't know what people like. And I guess that's for the people to tell me, because like I said, I'll just keep trying and do whatever. And if, as long as I can.
Wow, that's outstanding.
The reason I do it, though, is backpacks aren't free. I cannot offer much in game other than, just myself. And if I'm in your fire team, I'm probably not going to say a whole lot. But I try to do the best I can. The second raid I did, Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlet and...
Sorry, I picked up on the subtext that you were going for there. And I
couldn't do it. But
I would say that about Scarlet too. But
please. But what they did before me was amazing. The first group I was in was soccer. And unlike last week, Gator, I did spare you on the week, but the first group the first fire team in this group was with another new member at the time, John the Bounty Hunter, posted in LFG. And soccer picked him up for some Iron Banner. Next thing I knew, soccer drugged Warcry and you and Todd, and that was my first experience. Probably the second day after joining Discord.
Sorry for all the salt.
Huh? Oh yeah. I quit my emote.
I don't. I'm not the best sport sometimes when it comes to Crucible because let's face it, Iron Banners are just a mess. It's just a mess, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just go out there and kill and get killed, kind of,
Gator, that was not even salty. That was not salty. You're getting hard on yourself for no reason. Trust me.
I used to be worse.
Fine.
I used to be worse. I've definitely toned it back since because I'm usually streaming and stuff, and no one wants to hear people gripe. I remember I would tune into streams and people be like, "That's bullshit. He didn't hit me. No, it's bad. He didn't. No, that's crap. That's no."
Are you even Destiny, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you had your head in the sand?
No. It's just I used to
2 weeks.
I used to follow a lot of streamers, and the ones that were really good were the ones who very rarely talked. And I love watching Cool Guy when he streams because the first thing he does when he gets killed is, okay, what did I do wrong there? He never puts the blame on the other person, and I wish I had that mindset. I'm working on it though. But yeah, I think you were having issues with connectivity, Kogo, that night you were with us.
Oh, yes.
You kept getting dropped and kicked, and thanks, Bungie.
Yeah, no, I think it's a lot of the Xbox Discord thing. I got a big circus going on, and I spent all this money to get wireless headsets and game controllers, and then I get the voice deal, and I got to go plug everything back in.
Yeah, I know.
It still doesn't work.
It's still antiquated, the system. It needs work still, but hopefully we'll get there sooner or later. Yeah. Well, I was just curious because I'm curious how people find us. Well, hold on, Hazel. Yeah. I have one more question before you ask yours. Sorry, man. I have to ask him. Kogo, do you do bounties?
I actually looked this up. I have like over 1,500 hours in patrol. And I can't remember what raid deal I used to break that down. And I've done tons of bounties. But I'm so bad at them. I've never stored them. I've never stored them at all. I've never asked anybody to come in there so I, in my fire team. Hey, can I join in the tower so I can get my boost?
Yeah. I never do that either.
No. I do it like real life money. I'm so bad. But yes, I've done a lot of bounties.
Oh man, you're my kind of player. See, because I've spent probably 1,500 hours in patrols as well, doing bounties and miscellaneous. Hazel's loving this right now.
Why do you do bounties? Why?
Well, a lot of it is solo.
Okay.
I like to challenge myself, but a lot of times I put the challenge on myself. Like when I'm going out with the hand cannon popping heads, I'll do it, and I'll do it to a ridiculous amount. Like I'll be killing so slow, but you know what? They're getting one-shotted. It may take me 4 times as long, but they're getting one-shotted, and that's fine. I just make game of it.
That's hilarious.
Well, I look at it differently because when I'm patrolling, It
Well,
used to be.
you. No.
Well, I'm corroborating what he's saying. I mean, it's good to have the challenge because it's making you try weapons you don't normally use, right? That with the gunsmith at least. But what I like about it is usually I to this day, I still just like running around and just chilling out by myself. It's alone time. I got music going, just chilling out. And the bounties are they just flow. It's just free XP while I'm goofing off. Is the way I see it.
Well, it's the MMO in me, and Bungie has got a great skybox, and I just like to explore it.
Yep, I hear you, man. We're cut from the same cloth. I can see it already.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, I'm done.
He says he likes bounties, and Gator's like, "Are you my brother?"
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my God, you do bounties. I can be friends with you.
I've been asking
I've never
people.
used my phone to pick up a bounty, though. I've never used the app.
Really?
No.
It's definitely easier.
Maybe you're adopted.
Yeah, I'm adopted, and I definitely have not done it for. I've never stored it to boost.
Well, Kogo, I have to tell you, I have asked so many people that question, and I get the, if I feel like it. But you were like insistent and said, "Oh, I do a lot of bounties." You're the first person who's told me that. So bravo.
The first person who's told
Hazel
me.
threw up in his mouth, I think.
No, hey, I mean, to me, it's okay for other people. I mean, like his reason was completely valid, because, I mean, when you play solo, I mean, like that's what you do is you just kind of challenge yourself,
Yeah, I can see that too. Cool.
So,
let's see.
All right. So, Mr. Kogo, I have a question here for you. Why do you game?
I game for the escape. I'm an obsessive, I guess you can say addictive. I hate that word, but I get obsessed. And gaming is a way for me to reset, crawl into my own little world and escape for a bit. And I really enjoy that.
Nice.
I told you, cut from the same cloth.
Shut up, Gator.
Let's see. I think we have some signature questions. Let's see. I did want to mention one other thing is, you brought it up with us actually, and you wanted to talk about the community a little bit about GDC. Mm-hmm. Was there something you wanted to bring up and discuss? I know we have a lot of groups that are selfishly helping new members through a lot of stuff, and
selfishly.
So I mean unselfishly. Sorry, I'm fading already. Unselfishly helping others. I mean, this is their time. They probably don't even need to run the raid or dungeon or whatever it may be, and these people just volunteer their time to help people out. It's just such an amazing thing. But what's been your take so far?
Well, one of the greatest things is of the open door policy. And there's a lot of people, there's a lot of helpful people, as you mentioned, the Sherpas here, and your mod team is just top notch.
Thank you.
I've probably called on them about 3 times, and I promise you, it's been about like 30 seconds of somebody's DMing me saying, blah, blah, they're on it. And that's amazing, honestly. So the work that mods are putting in is just, to me, I've never experienced that. So we're not calling your cable company, Todd.
Yeah.
It's, they're on it.
They're good people.
Honestly, I appreciate that. And the responsibility and stuff online, to me, because of the fact that it's so easy not to, I try really hard. Like if I'm set up for a schedule or whatever to show up, I try to do the best I can just because I know that it's not a requirement. In fact, if you go into the other social media sites, the anonymous posting and stuff like that, I just want to be the opposite of that. And I've found it here. I mean, these are people, it's a community. It's not a chat line. It's not an LFG site. It's great that we've got Sherpas and people willing to sign up and help people. I just have the fear that, and the reason why I'm trying to be more active is because I want to pay that I want to pay that forward, and it's hard for me because I can't do that end game at the moment. So,
a lot of people have mentioned that, have said that they want to pay it forward. Someone helped them through a raid, and they want to help someone through a raid. It's like contagious, That's a great reason, man. Yeah,
we're just a bunch of dudes being bros
and dudettes. Sure, we got a lot of gals in here too. But one thing I will say is we handpick every one of our mods, so they have to gel with the community. They have to. I mean, they're all just such great people. We've had probably most of them on the show at one point, so we kind of know their story. Some of our old friends of ours that have helped us when we started this community a long time ago. But the one, even Rodimus, the one constant is we all want to help people. We all want to make things smooth. We want to eliminate the drama and just make things run smoothly. And they are top notch on it. I'll have to work on that Christmas bonus, I guess, now. Anyway. But yeah, escapism. That's very much the reason why I do it too. It's a great way to do it. And especially you can have all kinds of stress in your life and just flip on Destiny and it just melts away. It's really great. Well, I do have to ask you this question. Kogo 4. Dude, what's up with the gamer tag?
Oh.
I really want to know. I really want to know, genuinely.
Okay. All right. Well, I think there's probably not as much there, but as far as my gamer tags gone, I remember the first time I got my Xbox, I think it was Sweet. And this is Walter Payton Sweetness. And it wasn't Sweetness because Sweetness was way taken. So it was like X, big X, little X, Sweetness, whatever. And I just couldn't stand it. So I spent probably 3 days trying to shoot names I wanted in there. And it took forever. And you know what the name I ended up with is Avid Hunter. Now, I don't know if anybody knows it, but that was my first gamer tag. And I stuck with Avid Hunter for quite a while. Mm-hmm. That's when I was doing Dads of Destiny and in my local clan. That's what I used. And then I got into the Exos, and I really wanted to change it. Avid was named after a dog of mine, and he passed on. And so I had a kind of a tradition of just putting it down, but I changed my name. I wanted to go Exo route, so I tried Avid 7 taken, Avid 07, I think it got. I don't know. I just went through a whole bunch of them, and I just broke it down. And the other name I came up with, Pixels. That's actually my Xbox name. It's Pixkilz. And it's like a dead pixel. Mm-hmm. It's like it's kind of a big deal. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I came through it, and honestly, I don't know how I came up with Kogo. I can keep on going on forever about this gamer tag, but basically, I have a dog named Kogo.
Nice.
That's cool, though. The Exo culture, I like that. So it's your fourth reset. It's your fourth. What is it?
There you go.
What do they call it? What do they call it when the Exos move to another life? What do they call that process?
I think that's a reset. I think that's because of the DER, dissociative exo-mind rejection.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But it's a reset. Now, Guardians, supposedly, don't get resets, and I don't know the whole deal on Clovis 1 or Banshee, or Clovis 43 Banshee deal. Right. That's a little extreme. I think they're supposed to get to about 20. Probably.
Well, good deal, man. No, that was a good explanation. Thank you for that. I like it.
Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Kogo, do you have any hobbies outside of gaming?
Oh, I do. I mentioned earlier I get a little obsessive, so my hobbies tend to eat themselves. But I've been a golfer forever. I actually played for a community college team, and I played in high school and played a lot of golf. I worked at a golf course since I was about 9th grade.
Wow.
All boy. I've done maintenance, pro shop, club repair, worked in the concessions, been in the cart golf, the beer cart. I've done it all because we're a small operation. And then, like I said, I played a little college golf and kind of gave it up. There's a couple of spans here, and I'm trying to get back into it just to expose my kid. I'm not going to go crazy on it, but I really enjoy golf. I'm also, my father was an avid hunter and fisherman. He loved to archery hunt, and he did it starting back in the 70s. And wow. Bird hunting, he's the reason why I live where I do. So I did that up until high school, and then I had to end up starting to pay for all the gas money because he did it a lot. And so I kind of got out of hunting. I still do enjoy it. I do do some bird hunting here and there, but I don't archery hunt. I don't do a lot of that stuff. So basically the gaming, the spare time I have is pretty much eating all my other hobbies, and I don't do a whole lot. Not that excited.
Yeah, a lot of my hobbies had to fall to the wayside as well because one got expensive, or they just took time away from my wife, like drag racing. My wife got tired when I went to the drag strip every Friday, and the money. So when we started, the money's. Paintball. We had all kinds of stuff I did with my employees, and it just got to the point where, like you said, you just get obsessive with it. But the thing about Destiny is you can just jump on anytime you want. And, with the community now, it's really cool.
Yep. It's all pluses, basically.
Yeah. It really is. The expense is not really, unlike some content creators who think it's a rip off, you should just quit playing. I won't mention any names, but it's a very cheap hobby. It really is. Granted, Kogo, all three of us probably have the disposable income. And for a young kid who's going to college, putting himself through college and, probably doesn't have a couple nickels to rub together, $100 is a lot of money to them. I get that. But it really is. If you look at the amount of time and hours we put into this hobby, it's super cheap.
I think that's the key. You just got to pick something and you got to get into it because, I remember skiing and stuff like that. I'm not rich. I've never been, I'm spoiled. I'm an only child. So yes, I'm spoiled, but everything I've done, like the golfing, skiing, when you get a season pass and you go blue collar and you really put into it, It's not that bad. You can go to a golf course, and I don't know if people advertise this. You don't need to go play mini golf. Just go out to the practice deal and
it's free.
Practice. Hit a bucket of balls, buy lunch, and you're good to go. It doesn't cost that much to entry. Yes, if you start traveling, you're gonna have to put some limits on it because the sky's the limit.
Well, you want to play 18 or even the front 9, it's going to cost too, but it depends what course you're at, of course. But, yeah, I agree. I forgot that you could do that. You go to buy a bucket of balls, it's probably $20, $25, depending on where you live, I guess. But,
I don't think it's gotten that bad. I remember when it used to be a couple dollars, but I'd probably say probably $8, I guess, for a bucket around here.
I guess Florida's different. It's just because we have golf courses. You spit any direction, there's a golf course here. But the driving range is usually $20 if you want to hit a bucket, a good sized bucket. But that's beside the point though. It's just, it's like any other hobby out there. You start putting your time into it and the money eventually starts to follow. But with gaming, you pay that initial, expense to get into it and then you're in. It's great.
But are you though? You're in for a year, right?
Well, that's true. That's true. Look at everything you can do over that year. And you got seasons coming out every quarter. It's plenty to keep me busy right now, that's for sure. So, I know there's probably even more hardcore gamers out there that are like, there's nothing to do right now. I'm not going fishing. I don't want to go fishing. I've done everything. Well, then you definitely need to go play Diablo 2 or Diablo 4. So, yeah. Another question I had, and Hazel, I'll have you take us out tonight if you want, is this, Kogo 4. What is one thing about you that maybe our community might not know about you?
Okay. I was going to tell you, I got narrow feet, Gator. Do you want me to post?
No, please. I'm good.
No.
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, but
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
Amazing. He asked that for a reason. You know that, right?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could go get him soapy. I don't know.
No, please
Anyway.
don't. Please.
No. Okay. I haven't spent I'm kind of going through this blind, but if there's one thing that I'm not that talkative, I really am not. I'm not that funny. I just like to hang out. And actually, the people I enjoy hanging out with the most wouldn't be who you'd expect. And it might be you. So I'm open. Hey, I'm not getting bothered. If anybody listening wants to send me a DM, I'll be willing to join in. I've been playing a little Diablo 4, but I always have one hand on the Discord, and I'm always looking at the activity raid bot, and I'm down. I want to be part of this community.
Awesome, man. We love to hear that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. All right, Hazel.
We really gotta pay him. So,
do you take Venmo? Never mind. Can you do an ad for us? Never mind. All right, Hazel. Unless you have any other questions, I guess
1-800 piss on my hood. Yeah. So, okay, I'll take us out. Mr. Kogo 4. Do you have a motto or mantra that you like, or a couple of them that you live by?
Ooh. I don't know if it's necessarily a motto or mantra, but one of my there's two short stories that I really love. The Short and Happy Life of Francis McCumber by Ernest Hemmingway. I think it's worth everybody to spend 15 minutes and read it. I don't care. I know it comes off a little bit, but it's about perspective. And I love the line, "It seems sporting enough at the time." And when you put it in context to the story, it's perfect. We have laws for good reason, but common sense rules the day. And just, if you're going to shoot a charging wild buffalo out of the hood or whatever, your moving car, well, sometimes it's sporting enough at the time. So you just got to put it in context. It's not black and white. That's, I guess, a mantra, I guess.
I love it.
Nice.
That's awesome. What's that story by Ernest Hemingway again? I'm asking for a friend.
It's The Short and Happy Life of Francis McCumber.
Okay.
I like little short stuff like that. Nice, man. I'm learning something today. Hell yeah. I love it.
Yeah. I'll read that after this. Actually.
I will too. Well, Kogo 4, thank you, sir, for sharing your life with us. We appreciate it, bud.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Pleasure. Been a treat for me. Thank you.
Well, he's going to change his mind after this.
We're not done with you yet.
Oh, so no, we're not done.
Don't.
We keep stepping over each other. I'm sorry, man. Well, that means it's time for the speed run. I don't know. We'll see how he feels about us after this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He thinks he's done. Did you hear him? He's
See you later. See y'all later.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, this has been fun. Thanks, guys.
No, not so fast. Not so fast.
Ding dong. I'm going for it. I may not even come close, but yeah,
I love it. I love this mindset.
Ring that bell.
Hell yeah. Someone needs to beat Bell. Someone needs to take him off that throne, man. Good. I love this. All right.
He has an ego. I heard him on the Blueberry Lounge.
He's gotten a little cocky. Yes, he has. Yep. I've sensed it as well. Hazel?
You know, Ernest Hemmingway had another stories for whom the bell tolls.
Oh, no.
There we go. Hell's bells.
This is great.
Oh, my God. All right. We'll be right back.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners. This segment is called The Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 600 possible questions, and our guest, Kogo 4 here, will have 2 minutes to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most answer will win a prize, and more importantly, title 2023 Speedrun Champion. The questions are custom curated by me, so no one can memorize the order, and just quickly answer what comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to read the questions aloud from my list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. And of course, as I always say, Hazel will adjust for my slip-ups. So, yeah. Toll the Bell is our current leader with 53 questions answered. So what do you think, Kogo? You ready to do this?
Yeah, I'll get the door. I'm ready.
Don't sound so enthusiastic. All right. Okay. 2 minutes.
Bell.
2 minutes on the clock, Hazel.
Yes, sir. I got it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Hunter.
Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Void, solar, arc, or stasis?
Arc.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Right here.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Controller or mouse and keyboard?
Controller.
Pulse rifle or hand cannon?
Pulse rifle.
Strikes, crucible, or gambit?
Strikes.
Are you an AMC Stubbs member?
No.
Is chess a sport?
No.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Ron White.
Nessus or Cosmodrome?
Nessus.
Human, awoken, or exo?
Exo.
Thick or skinny fries?
Skinny.
Is Scum Death your uncle?
No.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Venus.
Raids or dungeons?
Raid.
Have you ever been to the lighthouse?
No.
What's the best sandwich?
Ham.
What armor slot do you use as an exotic?
Arms.
Do you dip your toast in grits?
No.
Icoricator or Zavala?
Cade.
Paper or plastic?
Paper.
What number am I thinking of?
4.
Do you play racing games?
No.
What is your favorite word? Destiny 2 seasonal events, yes or no?
No.
What one thing that you own needs to be thrown out?
Garbage.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Factory.
Rocket launcher or linear fusion rifle?
Rocket launcher.
Do you have a tattoo?
No.
Snow or rain?
Rain.
Favorite drink?
Soda.
Burgers or burritos?
Burger.
Solo or fire team?
Fire team.
Gas, electric, or diesel?
Gas.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Yes.
Xbox, PC, or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Yes.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Game disc or digital download?
Download.
Mountains or beaches?
Mountains.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Destiny 1 or 2?
1.
Wired or wireless?
Wireless.
Oh, man. You were cruising, man. You were cruising. I somehow,
Yeah.
words aren't working out of my mouth tonight, so I apologize. There's a few of them there. I think I wanted you to go fast, too. I was trying to go as fast as I could.
I wanted to go fast, too, but I just couldn't do it.
I know. It's tough, man.
You know what?
It's a tough little thing. That's why it's a contest, right? If everyone could do it, then it wouldn't be much fun, would it? I think you did good, though, man. I think that was a very respectable run there. So, Hazel, how'd he do?
Okay. I've got 54. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. That's brutal.
You had me going. Don't do that to him, man. Don't do that to him.
That's it. Done. Cut.
That's a wrap.
46.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was-
man.
you were
not even
cruising.
close.
Well, see what I do.
Tell Jehovah Witness to get off my door.
It's the kind of thing where, as you get to the last part of where you're just going as fast as you can, it's all either or questions. I don't leave any open, questions.
I can't remember what even I said, but what did I
know.
get hung up on? It was like, was it the planet?
What was your favorite
Exotic
word?
slot.
What was your favorite
Oh,
word?
exotic slot.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And
Head
you sighed,
first.
so I said, okay, that counts. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt there. Yeah, your armor slot to use as an exotic. That's a signature question. That's in every week, by the way. So.
Oh,
yeah.
geez.
I was hoping you would be one to
every week.
I was hoping you'd be one to dip your toast in grits, though, like I do. But oh well.
Yep, you're not. You're no longer his brother now.
I'm just still on that inevitable search for the person who does. Hey, that was fun though, man. Thanks for having fun with us on that. I appreciate it.
I enjoyed it as well, even though I lost.
You didn't lose. You just did the best you could.
You don't lose?
Well, everyone gets a medal,
I'm a
right?
winner.
No, never mind.
Tell Bell I'm a winner.
Okay. Bell is.
He's not listening. He's a bitch.
Yeah, Bell is still our leader, but we have a lot of year left, so don't count it out. Hey everyone, I got a question for you. Do you have a great speedrun question? If that's a yes, join our Discord and enter them in our speedrun question ideas channel. This is where we curate our questions for next year's speedrun. Just remember they need to be yes or no, one or two word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And the one open question I do like to hear is what's your favorite? At the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice, and you can enter up to 5 questions to go into that very drawing. We need some really creative questions out there, so let's hear them. And don't hesitate. Something comes to mind, hop on the Discord and throw it in there. Also, if you're enjoying what you've heard so far in our little show and you know someone who plays Destiny, hey, can you do us a favor and just share the show with them? All the links for that are in our show description right down there. I'm pointing down in the description area. Or you can just hit your share button on any podcast app you use out there. All right. Sounds good. That means it's time for This Week in Destiny.
Hello, this is Admiral Nips from Potato Thumbs Podcast. You're listening to Guardian Downcast. And while your state sucks, you're still probably a pretty decent person.
All right, Hazel. First week of Season of the Deep. I'm sorry. 6th week of Season of the Deep. Sorry.
You coward.
Sorry. I had to get it correct. I know there's people out there who count the days that weeks of them. Never mind. Hazel,
just tell Kingsley to be quiet.
I know. I try. What do we got? What's going on in this week of Destiny, man?
All right. They go into basically an update on game stability and the next steps. So what they say here is that basically they think that they found a reason for all of the issues with the connecting to Destiny 2 servers. And they say that it has to do with the claim system that they have in place. What's a claim, you ask?
I'm sorry. Hey, Hazel, what is a claim? I don't understand what that is, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's a very good question.
Thank you.
So, a claim is basically a gameplay messages from Destiny 2 are received. They are sent to a key service called claims, which then routes them onto the server that is responsible for your player data. That's as clear as mud. But this is an essential service that basically Bungie uses for keeping the client and server in sync during every moment of gameplay. So this next line here is actually what kind of brought it all home for me. Mm-hmm. So as you can imagine, this means claims handles a tremendous amount of volume, routing every single kill, orb, or unit of glimmer in Destiny 2 to the correct recipient.
Wow. That's a lot.
There's a lot of shit that's going on in this game.
Well, you've ever been in there and you click something and you don't get glimmer right away and you're like, wait a minute, I'm getting gypped here. Where's my glimmer? And then it's like 5 seconds later it clicks in. I guess that's what it's trying to do, right?
Yep, exactly. So if that communication channel gets disrupted in any way, shape, or form, It is designed to automatically restore those connections, but if that disruption goes on for too long, i.e. like a network hitch or something like that, deuces, you're out. Which is basically what's causing some weasel and baboon errors and that kind of thing. So, all right. This nasty beer is taking its toll on me. Okay, so instead of basically like kind of like trying to find a workaround for this and this kind of thing, basically a full restart of the Destiny 2 services must be performed to restore the claims system, which they are rapidly working to correct.
Right.
So that's the reason why we've had some downtime and things like that. They were adamant to call out here that this is not a process that can happen overnight. So like the fix to all of this. And then they go on to say that must make sure that these fixes, because if they basically they want to test it first, because if they do mess up, it's going to be worse for the players.
Spaghetti code, right?
Sure. So yeah, so that's the TLDR of basically what's going on. So what are the fixes? So the ongoing issue here is basically they're going to continue to make improvements to the production and deployment. And then also they will basically just strive to improve the response procedures for incident recovery. So I know it doesn't sound like they're doing much right now, and yeah, it does kind of suck, but that's what they're going to be doing throughout basically the next couple seasons as well. So they're going to patch it and things along those lines. But starting with the mid-season update in season 21, they are basically going to make some targeted improvements to the logging and alerting systems, allowing Bungie to diagnose issues more quickly with claims and related issues. So, related systems. So, that's, that's
good news.
Kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Here's hoping that, it at least lets them know so they can go ahead and take it down and get it back up sooner. And then,
okay.
Yeah. I was just going to say real quick here, this last one here for the update, the mid-season update, that these changes are designed to minimize the risk of further degrading stability, while helping confirm the effectiveness of the fixes further out on the roadmap.
Yeah.
So it's not pretty, but it looks like we're going to have to deal with it for just a little bit longer. I hate to say that, but, yeah.
I got thinking about this today because I read the TWAB before I went to work today, and I'm going to give Bungie a pass here. You know why? Because I've played for... No. Because I've had uninterrupted game play ever since Destiny in 2014, but very, very rarely got kicked from a game. That's a pretty damn good track record in my book. So, okay, the Destiny shill speaking here. I'll pass the shill rock around if you guys want to speak as well, but, which no one's going to take from me. But I'm giving them a pass here because of all of the goodwill they've given me over all these years that I played the game and never really had hiccups. It's only been in the last 6 months that this has really been something that seems to be getting a little worse. And it sucks, man, if you're trying to solo something and then you get booted and you just have to start all over again. That definitely sucks, is why I'm not soloing stuff right now. But,
bitch, you don't solo shit anyway.
No, I solo Lost Sectors. I do stuff like that all the time, but
don't count.
I'm not soloing the dungeon, but I know a lot of people have been trying to do that and then get kicked at the last minute. God, I remember seeing some streamers that got kicked right at the end as they were about to kill the last boss. And I mean, they were livid. I totally get it. I do. So I'm still they've built up a lot of goodwill over the years with me. So I'm willing to at least give them the chance to get it fixed. And, yeah, so that's my take on all this.
With that being said, so we're basically going to have to make do for the next 52 days of this season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
That is rough because, I mean, quite frankly, I've been having issues since Lightfall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since it launched.
Been about 6 months. Yeah. Well, not quite 6. Not quite.
It's been 4 months because,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's rough. That really is rough.
See, okay.
So, yeah. So that's what's been going on for this season and the plan for this season.
Okay.
Next season, they are deploying a large set of improvements to this meant to improve the self-healing, quote unquote, ability of claims and reduce the odds of them needing to bring down Destiny 2 temporarily. So that's kind of a good thing there.
Yeah, the downtime is just a killer for people, especially who don't have a lot of time to play between jobs and stuff, you know? Someone will get off from work for their 1 or 2 days they have off for the week, and then Destiny's down for 8 hours, you know? It's disheartening, but that's good. They're working at it, so.
Yeah, and they're also going to be deploying improvements as well to help make Destiny 2 services even more robust in the future. So they're basically laying some groundwork and additional architecture to, you know, the back end systems, so that way it can go ahead and support things a little better than they are currently. So, yep, aka like dedicated servers. So,
yep, right.
And then season 23. So not even next season, but the season after that. And they're basically going to, see how everything's been running and tweak and update from there.
Okay.
So,
Kogo, do you have an opinion on any of this? You want to throw your 2 cents in?
On the whole, I'm going to be shill as well. But at the moment, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. If I look long term, come on, this has been going on for a decade. I've been treated pretty well, but I still get mad. I can probably wait this season to get our claim stuff figured out. It's not a big thing. It does get to me at the moment.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
Yep.
I like to hunt weasels.
Can I tell you that you should work for Bungie then? Okay. So aside from that, feeling lucky. This is Bungie saying, hey, do you remember that thing that we do whenever it gets near like the end of a season and we have something out there that makes you do something that kind of sucks and you, like don't want to do it. So we just go ahead and say, here, we're going to fucking give it to you by, increasing, things. Yeah. Well, hey, they're doing that with fishing. So, yeah. So starting next week, they are going to be, basically they're going to double the exotic fish catch rate. So usually it's like 1 in 100 fish. So that means it'll be 2 in 100. So yeah.
I've been pretty lucky. I've caught my this week the latest exotic fish that was coming out for this week. I got it pretty quickly. I'd say within the second reset after the I gotta admit, man, the lost sectors are driving me. I mean, not lost sectors. The public events are driving me nuts. It is such a dance with these damn lost sectors that no one wants to do anymore. No one wants to do these lost sectors. So I'm curious, Kogo, which planet has your favorite fishing hole?
Or do you fish?
Well, I've probably gone on about 2 fishing nights. I've probably caught about 3 exotics.
Okay.
And my fishing box has been jam packed full of 500 bait for the last 3.5, 4 weeks. I've enjoyed it, but I can't. No, not Nessus. Right?
Nessus
that's Radiolarium. And we're not going to go on the we're not going to go to Titan. Savathun, I don't even know what that is. Is that
the Throne World?
I mean,
yeah, it's a Throne World. The problem with the Throne World is you have to go to Miasma, which is in the very back of the damn map. It's like all the way.
It doesn't look pristine. It's not this Colorado mountain water.
No, it's swamp.
No.
It's Florida.
No, there's no bass there either.
It's Florida.
It's Florida. It's a swamp. You probably see a gator hiding in a lily pad somewhere around there. Yep. That's common in Florida. But for me, it's Cosmodrome. I love Cosmodrome.
See, you got me thinking now. I'm like, which state is each of these fishing holes? I was like, Florida, Colorado. And then,
where's Nessus?
What's Nessus?
Dude,
I think Nessus would be like maybe Georgia.
I think my eyes were going crazy fishing the other night with Hammer. I couldn't see my bobber because the damn sheen off the water was driving me crazy.
Crasher went fishing with you?
Yeah.
I was going to say, hey, listen, honestly, I don't think it's that much fun. So bring your buddies because that's what's going to do it.
Definitely.
Because,
Yeah, because at least if you have internet, I didn't have internet that night, but at least you can BS with each other and, shoot the shit while you're fishing, just like you do in real life, So, just that.
And you can drink too.
That damn Radio Laura, man, it's so hard to see your bobber.
It beats orbit, doesn't it?
It just, my eyes were going, I was getting cross-eyed looking at that damn bobber. Anyway.
You're just old.
Yeah,
but look at the bobber. Why don't you look at look at your player, every time fish comes up, right?
I did that eventually. I just waited for him to flinch and I was like, but then my internet was flinchy already. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. I pull up empty hooks.
I saw that streak.
I pulled up empty hooks. Oh God, it was so bad.
I saw that jitter.
It was so bad, man. It just,
the jitter circle.
Yeah. I get so frustrated when stuff doesn't work the way it's supposed to. It just drives me nuts, but I don't know. That's what life. It is. Yeah, I would say Cosmodrome is probably I'm thinking Germany. Like the pristine lakes over in the round.
No, you said Colorado, so
that'd work too.
No. I said it's not the mountain sky, green,
pristine,
blue water, Hams, Colorado, Coors, whatever.
Right.
It's not drinking water.
No,
not drinking.
I wouldn't drink that water. Radio Laura, definitely not. Yeah. Anyway, I was just curious.
About. Okay.
Talking about what?
Moving on. Hey, more in the TWAB. So, the Witness's origins. We were privy to a cutscene. I think we talked about it previously.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That basically introduced the Witness and how he, she, it, we, you, they were formed. So, that was very, very interesting.
That was a great
Kogo,
cutscene.
Have you watched the cutscene?
No. I'm sorry.
No, hey, that's fine.
It's outstanding.
I know it is.
It brings a lot of stuff to light.
Yep. Or dark, for that matter.
I can't wait. I gotta watch it.
Well, you just gotta play the weekly story, right? Get caught up on that.
Or just watch the video in the TWAB.
No, play the weekly story. Dude, just don't
listen to
Just
Gator.
play the story.
That involves playing the game. He's anti-playing the game.
What?
I'll put my bounties down and play it.
You can do bounties while you're doing the deep dive. It's not that hard.
God, help me.
And the last 2 weeks they don't tell you to go do a salvage mission, so that's the good news. You know how they say,
back to the TWAB. Okay. For the love of God.
Kogo, what's your bet on Hazel making it to the end of the show?
I just think it's broken.
What's broken?
Shit.
Okay.
All right.
Drown in the Drip. So, Bungie did a fashion show, and I'll tell you this, that hunter looks awesome. That warlock looks like utter and complete ass. And that other hunter there looks glorious as well.
Yeah, I'm not liking that warlock. I don't like those colors.
That Titan just looks like a regular Titan, just with the season on.
I mean, I'm not the judge of it, so
just saying it does not look good. Just saying, but the hunters have the
they do, man. They got the drip. Hunters look good.
Yep. Prime Gaming Bungie has an affiliation with Amazon and Prime Gaming. So if you want some free shit, do that. Okay. Community emblem competition. So if you are artistic, you can go ahead and make an emblem. Nameplate dimensions are 474 by 96 pixels. And basically, you go ahead, throw it onto the Twitter, do hashtag emblematic, and you will be in the running for the Bungie Day Giving Festival. And Bungie will possibly make your idea into an emblem for everybody.
I love this idea. I can't believe they're just not doing this. We have such talent out there in the art world with Destiny.
Yep. Exactly.
I can't wait to see the results of this.
Yep. And I did get called out last week for the next section here in the TWAB because apparently I did not say shit's broken.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to tell you. You know why you didn't? No one heard it?
Why?
I forgot to put the TWAB in last week. I went straight to topic of the week. Listen to it back. Kogo knows. There is no TWAB. It was
not topic. It was not a topic. It was topics.
Yeah, it was topics. But if you noticed, I forgot to put in the file for the TWID. It was so quick that I just totally forgot. Bitch. I know. I did. I can't believe you didn't catch it. Nobody called me out for it. Nobody. Even our mods. Right. Nobody said, hey, you forgot something,
Kogo did. Kogo did. He's like, where's the TWAB?
Did you put that in the DR?
TWID.
It's TWID, yeah.
Did you put that in the DR this week? I don't remember seeing that.
I think I said this week.
I'm telling you, nobody called me out. I said, well, if no one called me out, I'm not going to worry about it.
You got me in trouble, you ass.
Sorry, dude. I'll let you take the weight of it for the what's the week, but I'll come clean. It was my fault, Hades. It was my bad, man.
No, it was Scarlett that called me.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And hey, Scarlett, just for you, motherfucker, please. That's the gator.
Exactly.
That's the gator for.
Hey, it's well deserved.
Yeah,
I got that coming. All right.
So, under Shit's Broken, a fun little story is Bungie and their crack team of security experts. They banned some people, and then come to find out had to unban them because they didn't do anything wrong. So, yeah, it's fun.
That's scary.
Is it really though?
I mean,
yeah. But yeah, so yeah. Good times. That was its own hoopla this week.
Yes, it was. That's the drama.
Yeah.
Someone's quitting
Leave it to
Destiny.
Bungie to actually be able to pour gasoline on a fire.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was not good timing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
next week,
by the way,
delete PvP just to,
By the way, someone else is quitting Destiny. News alert.
Oh, who?
I'll tell you after the show.
No, I want to know who.
We talked about last night's show. Amaze.
Oh, yeah.
I read his tweet. He goes up. All right. The community wins. I'm out. Peace.
Can I just say something?
Hmm?
So I had to actually laugh because I was looking at the twatter and I didn't know about Amaze, but I saw that Gamer Girl Gray. She had a tweet and it just came through and I was like, oh, hey, look at that. She said she reinstalled Destiny for the first time in 9 months.
Wow. That's great.
And she was community focused. Amaze was community focused.
I was just going to say he had that hip hop song he did and they dubbed over it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean,
I just want to know what the community did to him. That's all.
Why? It's not even that. It's just, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just peer pressure as to, why are you still playing this game?
Really?
With all these issues.
Well,
especially if he's experiencing the issues.
Sure. I get that. I don't know, man. I mean, go play other games. Don't get burnt out. I think there's a lot of burnout right now.
Yeah.
I know that's the pot calling the kettle black, but still, I mean, I don't play other games. I just go do something else to take a break. And you've done doing it too. So burnout's a real thing.
Mine has been not really like something that I've like set out for or been like, oh, I'm just tired of Destiny. I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
I mean, I still hop on a couple times a week and I'm just like, oh yeah, I need to do some stuff and this kind of thing. But it's not even about me needing to do anything. It's more of just.
It's because there's no power grind in it. You like that power grind.
It's not even the power grind. There's just, I mean, besides the story, which I cheated and watched the cutscene for like 4 weeks ago.
Just wow.
I don't really, I mean, what else is there? I mean, there's an exotic that's coming up.
Yeah, man.
I cheated and looked at that.
I know what it
see
is too.
What it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, like I really not going to use that either. So.
Wow, I will.
You know what it is?
Yeah, I know what it is. I'm not. Don't spoil it for Kogo. He doesn't.
And what
know.
it does?
Yeah.
What part of that even sounds remotely? Okay?
I just like that weapon type. I do. That's like those type of weapons.
That's my soundbite for you there. Just all right. So that's
we broke Hazel.
Broken.
Hazel's broken.
No, Hazel's not broken. Hazel's gonna take another drink of this nasty ass beer and
okay.
And try to make it through the show.
All right.
So, next is Rolling in the Deep.
Yep.
It's a movie. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Movies. Art. But can I just, quick shout out here. So, I watched the movies of the week this week, and they did Drowning in the Deep instead of
Rolling in the Deep
by Adele.
Yep.
And, yeah, it was pretty cool. I'll be honest there. And then the second movie was actually a mashup between Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Destiny 2. So that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Art and a Stay Crafty from Sam.
All right. Thanks, Hazel. Yeah, that's it, guys.
That was way longer than that 12 needed to be.
Well, I'm sorry. I had to make it longer. I had to complicate things as usual. God damn it. All right.
That's definitely what she said.
My life. I swear to God.
Hey, this is Bill. Remember to ring that notification bell and keep listening to Guardian Downcast.
Okay, we're back from our break, and Hazel has a new segment of the show. Hazel?
Yeah, so, okay. I was hesitant to do this, but something came my way. I think it was a couple days ago. It was Asmongold, just a lowly YouTube streamer, YouTube guy with like 2 million followers.
Yep.
And he was reacting to Astacross's microtransaction hell video.
Mm-hmm. I watched it.
Yeah. Can I just tell you how funny this video was? Because he literally did not give a shit about the things that Astacross was saying because he didn't care because he doesn't play the game. He was all excited for Marathon.
Yep, he was. So I'm going to play the shit out of that, he said.
Yeah, exactly. It cracked me up. Absolutely. But in the course of watching that video, there's a lot of things that Astacross omitted. Now, I don't mean this in terms of me shilling out for Bungie, but it's more of a debunking the microtransaction hell video.
Interesting.
So, the first thing that he talks about is the game is free to play.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really free to play. I mean, okay, I'll give him that. You can do because here's the thing, though. He was saying that, it's an extremely limited playlist and things like this, but you still get access to all the strikes.
All the planets.
All the planets. Gambit. I mean, you don't get access to, I think, the GMs.
The seasonal stuff. They think they give you the first story, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So, but, I mean, you get a lot more content than what...
You do.
Than what Astacross provides, and what he says. Because that's the thing is, like, Astacross has played this game for, hours on end.
Mm-hmm. Makes a good living at it, too.
Or he did before that shitty video.
Oh, he still gets low views.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the first piece there is like, okay, so it's like, yeah, okay, it is free to play, but the free to play players still get access to quite a lot of stuff.
Like all the PvP except trials.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about hours of play right there. You would never have to spend a dime and play PvP all day.
Yeah. And what are you out?
Nothing.
I mean, maybe some adept weapons and things along those lines.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody's stuck on adept weapons. They give you a little bonus, but it's really not, it's not game changing. I'm sorry, it isn't. Adept weapons are not impressive to me.
Mm-hmm. Next, confusing pay structure. Yeah, to me, I think we talked about this before.
Yeah,
I think this
agree.
is actually an issue with Steam, not Bungie, because Bungie is just trying to do the right thing for people.
Well, if you remember, people complained they couldn't do it a la carte. They had to be all in, or, they had to buy the seasons and everything. And what if they didn't want this season? What if they wanted to sit out a season, right? And then Bungie said, fine.
Season, but what if they wanted to sit out like Shadowkeep?
So they said, fine.
Bungie's just trying to do the up and up thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dungeon keys. Okay, they just suck. All right.
Yeah, that's just ass. There's no reason to have that expense. You can quote me on that.
Yeah. So, the seasonal price increase. So this is the 200 silver price increase for, to 1,500. Total, yeah, it sucks. Okay,
give us a button where we can just buy it. We don't have to buy the silver separately.
Yeah. As seasonal events, so the event card, and basically that, hey, this shit. I mean, like the 30th anniversary would have been free if it were D1. I don't believe so.
It's still extra content. It's just the theme is they're celebrating their anniversary. You got a dungeon. You got the Galahorn. I mean, it was content. Why should that be free? An artist had to render those and make those, and that whole dungeon was made from scratch. And granted, it's not the most favorite dungeon out there, but I mean, people farm it for that artifice armor, right? So, I mean, someone had to make that. I'm sorry, I don't want to go back down that rabbit hole, but I don't see what the problem is with charging that for that. I don't know. I bought it because I'm all in anyway, but it's not like it's content that was already in the game. It was all new content. So why the fuss?
Yep. Kogo, what do you think about, kind of not really defending Bungie, but at least just shedding light on things that...
my biggest issue just has to do with the transparency. I mean, come on. And I don't know how much of this is on Bungie, but there are things that the game design has done within Eververse, like the whole ghost projections and sparrows and things to inflate the bright dust. Yeah. I just don't like the transparency, the silver to the actual money conversion just kind of rubbed me wrong. Now, I don't know who's responsible, but there's layers to this, and I want to remove the layers. The free-to-play part, I have a 7-year-old kid, and I did download it for him. And I can tell you, it's definitely, if he wanted to play Destiny, it would not, that trial would end soon. Let's just put it that way. I've already bought him. He had to have Ace of Spades or whatever and some ornament because he wanted to be like Daddy. So, I mean, we already busted that. I mean, it wasn't free, but I don't know. To me, the way I played it, even if I quit today, walked away, it would still be good value. I've had it. I don't have an issue with that. You get on the, well, is it your business? hey, what you do with the money, with your money, is up to you. That's private business. But when you sign up for the service, provide the service. That's what your agreement is. It's not, I'm paying this for this. I don't care what you do with it. I don't care what you do with this. But, you know, from the Grenadier Jake point of view and from some of this angle, I can see it. Now, the 30th anniversary pack, I don't have an issue with any of the small stuff. It's just more the general bigger picture, honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray area. It's like all about your sensibilities kind of thing. Like, where do you think that this fits? You know, it's like, you know, is this acceptable? Is this not acceptable? You know, why is that? Things along those lines.
Do you guys remember the very first part of Destiny 2 when Bright Dust would buy you so much stuff in the store? You wouldn't even have to pay for stuff because they were throwing Bright Dust at you like candy. You remember those days where you had 30, 40,000 Bright Dust all the time and you could just buy it. You could just use your Bright Dust to buy anything in the store. That lasted so long for me. And there was a moment, I don't know where it happened, where they made it, I think it was maybe the state of the game in maybe second or third year of Destiny 2, where they flipped the switch and they made everything super expensive Bright Dust wise. And then they gave you less of it. And I remember back then I complained about that. And who knows how it was taken, but they need to bring back that Bright Dust. That would be some goodwill they could give to the community. It's just so commercial. It's just so.
Dude, it's par for the course, man.
I know all games are like this now.
Bungie is not doing anything that nobody else is.
I agree. I agree with you. But I just think in-game currency, they need to tweak that back up again. Where people want to put the time in to get that ornament, then let them do it.
You can do that. You can get it.
Yeah, 10 Bright Dust.
It's tough, though.
10 Bright Dust, a bounty.
If you want to get that armor set and you're doing the Bright Dust weekly, you can't miss a week.
You can't.
It's especially not coming back.
Even on the events, Hazel, where you can earn Bright Dust a lot easier through those repeatable bounties, which cost 3,000 Glimmer each. Even that way, you're building up the Glimmer probably the fastest because they throw those repeatables at you so often and they're so easy to complete. But even then, it takes so long to get that Bright Dust. And that, what was it, 6,000 Bright Dust per character? So you need 18,000 Bright Dust to get that set last, what was it,
Okay, but can I just, just call something out here? Okay, think about the past events, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Usually one looks good, another one looks okay, and then the other just looks like complete and utter ass.
You're talking about the weapon ornament? I mean, the armor ornaments sets?
The armor, yeah. If you're lucky, you might get 2 of them that might tickle your fancy.
Yeah.
But there's never all 3 that look good.
That's been the case for me. There's always one character that just looks terrible. I just am not way I'm going to spend my money on it or my time on it. And it's usually the Warlock.
I want to start a trend where we just go back to the old G gear. I mean, who wears it? Who wears the old stuff? Not that many people.
No, the old Crucible set.
Do we need all this armor stuff? The transmog?
Glows, and it looks pretty.
It's the drip, man.
Well,
but
it's Destiny.
I don't know.
But in answer to your question, does anybody use the old stuff? I have actually transmogged the broken armor from like the D2 campaign. How it's called the wrecked armor.
Yeah. Like the stuff when you lost your light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll throw that stuff on, but yeah. So that leads to the next thing here about Eververse. Okay. So his big issue here was one, the cost of the stuff.
Are we talking Asmongold or are we talking Aztecross?
Well, it's both. Basically.
Parallel, gotcha.
I mean, yeah. They're all talking the same, basically. Okay. So, but Bungie's not doing anything that nobody else is doing. I mean, this is all, par for the course type stuff. Apparently, what is it? Diablo has, $25 skins.
Yeah, they're selling stuff too.
Yeah. So imagine paying $25 for a little fucking character that you can't even see because you're murdering all the shit and it covers you up.
Yep.
It's like, I'm going to give you the finger and just be like, yeah, no, I'm good. But I mean, that's just me though. At least in Destiny, I can see my character sometimes.
Well, if you go to the tower, you can always show it off.
I run around with a sword or,
sure.
I emote, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that that Astrocross did not mention with this is that all of those armor sets are basically, they give them away if you're paying attention to the Bright Dust store. You
can earn it. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
You just don't have a means to earn like a lot of Bright Dust at a time anymore.
Like the season challenges.
That's what they did is they took it out of the game. Like, remember you could dismantle anything at Eververse and you get Bright Dust back? Those are the days, man. I dismantled so much crap I did not want.
Does that make sense, though? Does that really make sense for that to be there?
Then actually the gear actually means something.
But you're
because it's, you're thinking about
the guy who's short on legendary shards because he buys.
Well, you got those too. You got those too, but the main thing is you got a lot of Bright Dust from dismantle. You remember this, Kogo, where you could dismantle a bunch of stuff and you get Bright Dust back?
I mean, do.
You get something from Eververse?
Bright Dust is easier to get now because you've got the bounties. So there's a lot more bounties. But if you look at the price that they showed in the video of the 10xing the shader costs, I don't think that quite lines up. Plus, it was a lot less things on the Eververse store at the time. So I don't know. It's still possible to do that stuff. It's just hard. You got to be there every week to see what's you can get for your Bright Dust if you want to get the sets that way.
One shader is 400 Bright Dust.
300 Bright Dust.
Okay. That is 30 repeatable bounties, whether it's Crucible, Gambit, or Vanguard. 30 for that one shader. That's a lot of work, man. Those bounties aren't that easy.
But who is doing 30 repeatable bounties anyway?
There's kids out there that don't have money to buy stuff, and I guarantee you they pick them up all the time and go back in Crucible.
Well, that's fine.
When my Glimmer gets up there, I am a sucker. I'll just fill it up. Like if I'm doing Crucible, if I've got the Glimmer, I do it too. I got 150,000 Glimmer, that's kind of my banking point. I don't do anything. But if I got over that and I'm doing Crucible, I'd load it up and I don't even look at them.
I play Iron Banner. I'm always getting them between games because they're easy to accomplish, but they just give you 10. That's it.
Yeah.
They used to, I think they used to give 30. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's been so long now. We've forgotten. We've forgotten what we used to have,
But ultimately what I'm getting at here is that, I mean, you can get, what is it? Like 12,500 Bright Dust or something like that.
They did
the seasonal challenges.
They started including in the season pass now. That's true. You're getting chunks.
I'm not even talking about that.
You're talking about the challenges, seasonal challenges?
I'm just talking about the challenges.
That's
true.
true.
It's like 12,000 that you can get just from doing the seasonal challenges.
You get 4,000, I think, if you do all the challenges or most of them.
4,000?
Is it 4,000?
I thought it was like 12.
No, you get if you complete all the bounties, there's one at the very end for like the last, like if you get like
the large pile.
Yes, the large pile. I think that's 4,000, right?
Okay, but you still get, what I'm saying is total. I mean, total, you get like 12,000 or 10,000 or something like that.
Right.
So I'm just saying that, I mean, that's 12,000 right there. I mean, so let's say 10.
The problem is they raised the price of everything as far as how much Bright Dust it costs to buy it. So it's almost like we're going 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, or maybe even 3 steps back. We're still on the rat wheel.
But you still have like a ton of ways to get Bright Dust though.
That's true. But it takes a lot.
So, I mean, but that's the thing though. That's the reason why the price went up, because if something is more readily available, you can go ahead and spend more of it.
If you did every bounty or every seasonal challenge and got the big pile, that's what, 12,500? That basically means you can buy 4 exotic emotes because they're 3,250 Bright Dust per each.
No, they're all different prices.
The exotics are 3,250. Look it up.
No.
Look it up in there.
There's an exotic one right here that's 1,000. Gator,
an exotic one,
man. Yes, Gator. You can get a 3-pack right here for $2,200.
That must be something.
Oh, I'm
new.
sorry. That's not Bright Dust. I'm sorry. I'm looking at.
I was going to say that's $10.
Yeah.
Look at the exotic stuff. Most exotic stuff, the ornaments and everything. Now the ornaments vary from $1,200 to $3,250, but $3,250 is a very common price for a lot of exotic stuff in there.
So here's a legendary emote for $700.
Really, it's legendary. The exotics are $3,250 for the most part.
I don't.
Especially if they're featured for the week.
I don't know.
I believe me. I look at.
I don't think there is. Is there one?
I look at Eververse every week.
No. But I mean, the only thing is like there's. I mean, I see an ornament here that's $1,250. Bright Dust. Yeah, it looks like weapon ornaments for exotics are $1,250. Here's a loaded questions. It's a legendary ornament for $700. So I'm like,
that's 70 bounties.
Motherfucker, please.
I'm just saying it is.
Dude, I mean,
if you're grinding repeatable bounties in Crucible or whatever,
it's like maybe 3 seasonal challenges.
You get 75 for most of those challenges. A couple of them, you'll get 300. But for the most part, you're getting 75 Bright Dust for most of those challenges.
There you go. It's 3 seasonal challenges. There you go. See, so I can play the game too. You know, it not everything equates to doing, you know, the repeatable bounties.
I'm not denying that there's extra ways to get Bright Dust. The problem is they raise the price of Bright Dust on everything. So what did we really gain here? They're giving us more Bright Dust, but now you need more Bright Dust to buy the stuff you want.
Yeah, it's even.
It didn't used to be that way, is what I'm saying. But
you also remember the good old days where you're like, well, do you remember when we used to get Bright Dust for dismantling weapons? And it's like, dude, it's like that. Those days are gone, man. I mean, you got to look at what you're given now and you got to make that decision if this is still something you want to do or not. If this is a system you want to interact with.
Well,
you know, so you want your cake and you want to eat it too.
No, I don't.
You want basically a lot of Bright Dust to be given to you, and you want prices to be reasonable.
Well, back when you got an Engram from Eververse and you got an exotic
back,
yes,
okay,
and you got a legendary
I don't
Sparrow.
give a shit about back, man.
If anything you didn't want, you got Bright Dust returned to you in some form, but now that doesn't happen.
Okay,
so I think people would be a lot less bitter about the commercialization and monetization of Eververse if they went back to the days when if there was gear you didn't want from Eververse that you got awarded for completing 5 levels past 100, for instance, on your season pass, then you would get some Bright Dust back because you didn't use it. But now you get a little bit of you get, I think, 1,000 Glimmer and maybe a little more and a couple legendary shards if you're lucky. For the most part, on average, that's what you're getting back.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
That was one of the things that Astrocross had a qualm about is the fact that these Eververse Engrams don't drop anything worthwhile hardly at ever, and the odds of you getting something exotic are very rare. It happens, but you have to put a lot of them in.
I mean, dude, I get exotic ships and stuff like that. I mean, I get like 2 emotes and things along those lines.
It's RNG, man. I get a ton of ghost and legendary sparrows that I already had. That's what I get usually when I turn them in. And occasionally I'll get 200 Bright Dust back as a reward.
Yeah. I've gotten like a couple large piles of Bright Dust from those.
So it's RNG.
But that's the thing though, is that there are other things that you can do. Like that's something he never mentioned was the Bright Engrams.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't mention that in his video that Bungie, like the more you play, basically you're going to get these Bright Engrams and then you can go ahead and you can cash those in and, you know, see what you get. But to say that the ghost projections are just inflating it and because, I mean, who's getting like a ton of these ghost projections, like 4 or 5 in a row? Nobody.
It just makes the pool bigger. That's all.
It does. Exactly. And what's wrong with that? You know,
I don't
because
have a qualm
some
with
people change their ghost projections.
I very rarely use them. I use them to label my ghosts so I know quickly.
You, man. That's what I'm saying is that, you know, it's another level of customization.
Okay. It is. I don't deny that. What was your point though on this? Is he was being too harsh on it?
Astacross didn't mention that you get bright engrams and that you can get, a random piece of, Eververse gear from there.
He did mention that in his video, but he said all you get is a lousy sparrow or ghost.
But that's not all that's in that pool, though.
I know.
I mean, it's like, let me be bitter, and then I'm going to,
Hey, I'm not defending the guy. I'm just saying.
Exactly. But I'm just saying that, he makes a video, and he's already in a dark place and pissed off about stuff. And then he doesn't mention everything completely. I'm
sure his peanut gallery already dissected that video 5 ways to Sunday. So,
and they, they anointed him the second coming and everything along those lines because, it's just, I mean, that's his populace.
And I've been watching Asmongold videos since I was mentioned to that one, and this guy seems to like to complain about a lot of stuff. He's just that's just kind of the way his content is. He's just kind of, like everyone's out to get him type attitude. At least what I've seen so far. I mean, he was ragging on Diablo. So, I mean, that's what he's playing right now. So
I have no idea. I haven't really checked out too much of his content besides that video, and it just came up randomly on my YouTube. So I was just like, oh, sure. What the hell? I'll check it out and see. Yeah. But yeah, so there's that. I mean, his manipulation piece. I mean, his pay to win piece. I mean,
we talked about that. We've shared our opinions on that. Kogo, do you have the pay to win issue? Is there anything you want to mention?
There's an advantage, but there's no pay to win. Not here. And if it is, it's not up in your face, brutal. There's games where I don't even know why you would want to invest because the whales will eat you. Here, the whales might have some drip on you.
And they might get stuff quicker. It's a lot of it's catch up.
I mean, they could have a gun 6 months ahead, but that's not. Yeah. Even if they do, the gun's not going to totally destroy it for everybody else.
It's splitting hairs, but there's games out there like I know I've heard there's games out there where you can buy weapons and immediately go just kill faces because you bought it. There's games out there that do that. Destiny's not that.
That was COD. COD had that.
Oh, I'm sure. Activision, they have no qualms about doing that. They crossed that line a long time ago, but part of the reason I don't play it anymore, it's definitely gotten commercial since I played it last. Wow, it is. That season pass is just.
They sold their soul. Yeah.
They absolutely did.
Yeah. But I mean, him mentioning the deep sight harmonizer, like the thing that he forgot in there is that Bungie came out and said, hey, this is the first season we're offering this.
That's true.
We're going to see how it goes, and we're putting it in the season pass.
And you can't buy it.
Can't get it from the store. They already told us this fucking seasons ago.
Yes, they did. It was in a twab.
So for him to, call it out that this is predatory and shit like this, it's like, motherfucker, they told you what they were doing and why they were doing it. And they even said they are going to make it more readily available depending on how it goes. Mm-hmm. Like in his video, he made it sound like, that you can buy these things infinitely on the season pass.
No, you can't. You only get a certain number of them.
You only get 6.
Use them
sparingly. You can only get one gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And you have to collect the gun too.
Yeah, you have to have it.
So I'm like, dude, it's like,
I think he was reaching on that point. I thought that was definitely a reach on that pay to win. Yeah. I think that was very thin in my book. Because you're not really getting a huge advantage. I think Dad admitted that you did, but I don't see it that way. I mean, we're splitting hairs. We really are. I mean, if there's a gun that no one else can get and it's only available at Eververse, I would be 100% behind the pay to win. If there's a Mida multi-tool that's a super Mida multi-tool that only Eververse sells, it's a collector's edition that does twice as much damage than the one I have in my vault right now, then I'm going to be upset because then everyone's going to be running around. The whales that can spend the money are going to run around Crucible and just kill everything in sight. That's pay to win.
They will never do that.
I never say never. because these are businesses, and Sony does now own them. So
But the only way that I could see them releasing a gun that is going to be, I mean, that would be that way, would be probably the seasonal gun in the season pass.
I mean, he did say that the pre-order, we did get the Quicksilver Storm early, but it was bugged, one, and two, it was not an element. It was just a kinetic weapon, and it changed as soon as the game came. I got it. It sat in my vault. I didn't really use it a whole lot. It was fun. I looked at it. It's a pretty gun, but I didn't see any difference it wasn't just annihilating stuff. So is that pay to win for pre-ordering the game? I don't know. Kogo, were you going to say something?
Oh, no. I just thinking about like when we started out in vanilla with the Sony deal and the strikes. What was it? If you can't define winning, to me, it doesn't apply.
Well,
exactly.
I'm not worried about that. They may take some of the content out, but I don't. It's not going to prevent me from getting in the fire team and doing something activity.
Exactly. The dregs aren't going to complain on Reddit about you going like, this motherfucker had, a blue gun and another guy had, the Quicksilver Storm before the other guy and just murdered me so quickly. That it doesn't happen.
I mean, I think their basis for pay to win was loot. If you're getting loot, you're winning. And I'm like, no, it's a looter shooter. I mean, getting loot is just part of the game mechanic.
And just because you get it before somebody else, that doesn't mean that it's pay to win.
In their eyes, it was. But
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but that's just, that's just that. So I just wanted to, I mean, and then the last thing there was paying for other games. We already talked about that too. It's a business. They need to, diversify. And
it's none your business where that money goes.
It's, I get it. You can be salty about it, but wah. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to just sort of shed some light on some gaps in the Astrocross video, because that's something that I haven't seen anywhere. That's not something that we mentioned either. And with, it gaining a lot of traction. I mean, I know that, the people that listen to this are probably, for the most part, I mean, people that have been playing Destiny for a little bit, and they know these things and that. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that.
And to the uninitiated or the newer players, they might go, what's going on? People can buy to pay to win? What?
Yeah, exactly. And then they're going to be like, well, I don't want to play this.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Think how many people you might have driven away.
Definition.
Yeah.
Talk about the new player perspective right there. I just think in sticker shock, because that is awkward. And then the other thing I think about is somebody going into event like a Nightfall and just getting sped by. I mean, can you imagine if you didn't have your grenades, your builds up there? Because I've been there. And my friends that don't play very much, you need to get them caught up on that. I'm sorry, but that's going to take the new players away along with the broken store. But when you go into an event and some guy's coming out there with 5 times the amount of kills you did and just throwing grenades like they're nothing, and you're waiting 2 minutes to toss because your build's broke. I don't know. That's
you don't have suspend? Oh, well, too bad.
Well, but I tell you, Elriver's isn't going to fix that. That's just time, research, and a helping hand, man.
On that argument, I have to say, listen, if you're a new player, you got to pay your dues. If you want to get good at the game, you want to enjoy the game more, it's like every video game, man. You're not going to go in there and just start killing stuff. You have to put your time in, and as you put time in, you start learning things about the game. And I'm not being an elitist or anything. I'm just saying that's every game I've ever...
In the air.
Don't you dare. Any game you join and you're new, you're not going to have all the best stuff. You're going to acquire it as you play the game more, and that's what Bungie wants you to do. But I understand about the builds. At least the one good thing, Kogo, that Bungie did do in Lightfall is they gave the mods to everyone. Remember we had to go to 801 and hope that they dropped it? RNG?
It's good bad.
So many people hated that.
I quit for 2 years, but before I quit, I had all the mods.
So he never had to worry about it. Yeah. I see how it is.
But trust me, it is a deal. It's the same thing with stasis. I mean, what do you do? Come on. Do you want people to play the class?
Yeah, you still got to go. You still got to go.
You got to do it.
You got to pay.
Yeah.
You got to pay if you want stasis.
I still can't believe that they haven't fixed.
Why don't they just send all that to Ikora so we can just buy it with Glimmer?
Yeah.
I still think that's going to happen eventually, but because there's so many people out there.
If it didn't happen with Lightfall,
it's happen. All right, man, that's too bad. Because there's some really fun builds with stasis. God, did I just say that? But there's some fun stuff out there you can do with stasis.
The ice show.
I fucking hate the ice show. Anyway, well, I mean, those are some good points.
That in months.
Those are some good points, Hazel.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I didn't want to defend Bungie with this. I just wanted to just shed some light on some gaps in his video.
To people who maybe are uninformed, that haven't played the game as long as we have.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
So,
okay. Well, damn, we do have some drama in the show. I didn't think we'd have some tonight. I love it. All right. That means it's time for our community questions. Hey, Guardians, would you like to send a question for the show to us? There's 4 ways to do it.
Join our Discord server. There's a link in our show notes. We have all kinds of Guardians here, from new lights to the dedicated hardcore gamers, and you can just lurk and hang out or jump right in and talk with us. It's up to you. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also occasionally tweet about our upcoming show and guest, and you can respond there with your question at guardian_D_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, and we'll play it live on the show.
Thank you for all you do for our show. And Toddles.
And later, Guardian.
Hey, man. It's in the contract. That's my line.
We'll see about that. Laz?
Oh, no, not Laz again. Our podcast returning? Really? You're going there?
Damn right, man. I pay him just as much as you do. That does sound weird, though. We're both paying him.
Yeah, what the hell? He's double dipping, man. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of our show. This is where we get our questions from you. Yeah. I see you working at third shift. We see you. But yeah, if you have a question for our show, we try to provide an answer. So we're going to start out with our favorite uncle, Uncle Scumdeath, and he has a question for the show. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello, Scumdeath here. My dog, Tilly, she always greets us with one of our socks. So for the last couple of days, she's had one of my dirty socks in her mouth, just running around with it. So the last thing you want in your mouth is one of my socks. Well, she's never picked up any of my underpants, and I don't blame her, because that's a lot worse than my socks. Well, I've got a question. What is the one thing on earth that you would not put in your mouth? And mine is butter, or margarine, or whatever you call it in America. Yeah, butter, or the stain on humanity. Ooh, one of the worst substances on earth. I wouldn't even put that on my fingers, let alone in my mouth. So my question for you is, what's the last thing on earth that you would put in your mouth? I know dog shit and all this, but I've had that in my mouth loads of times. But, yeah, so that's my question. What is the last thing you would want in your mouth? Love you. Bye.
This could go so many different ways. Kogo, we'll go with you first.
Oh, was I the only one thinking about Caden Nessus when he said, "Oh, my cotton socks"?
Yeah.
What would I not put in my mouth?
I'm just perplexed. He said he put dog shit in his mouth. Did he really do that? Seriously? Okay.
I've eaten dog food before. I'm sorry. Can I just stop there? I wouldn't suggest it. Just don't do that. I've done it.
I think everyone's tried it, man, just to see what the dogs taste.
What?
Is that just me? Oh, shit.
It might just be yeah.
Oh.
Maybe that's a generational thing.
I'll edit that out. You were saying, Kogo. You going to leave it there? Dog food?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. We'll give you a break, man.
He's like, I'll never do that again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tilly, I'm still in your dog food. Sorry,
Yep.
Uncle.
Hazel, what's the one thing, last thing I think you want to put in your mouth?
A lot.
I know that could go
There's
so many
a lot
different
that
ways.
I could say. I know what I want to say, but I would go with socks of any kind. Yeah,
I'll go PG as well. I can't stand beets. Ever since I was a kid, my mom tried to give me a beet, like the vegetable. It's something about the taste. It's just repulsive to me.
Oh, dude, I would smack somebody for a beet, man. I
What?
fucking love them.
Are you
I love
serious?
I love them.
You're literally eating dirt. It tastes like you're eating dirt. No, maybe it's me. I don't know. I can't stand beets, man. I can't do it. No, do not mail me beets. Thank you.
You know what happens if you eat a lot of beets, right?
Don't your pigments of something?
Yeah.
Oh, what's an inside joke? Shit. What happens? I don't know. I've never eaten them.
Well, you ought to try it.
No. I can't even try one.
Try it.
I can't even try one.
There's a reason why I eat them.
It's okay. I have other methods. I have other alternative medications.
What the what?
What? Natural remedies for whatever you're talking about. Maybe. Okay, next question. Thank you, Uncle Scumdeath. I got a question for Kogo here from Bell.
Yo, it's Belly Boy. Question for the future Kogo 5. Will you ever not use Vigilant Swing in Crucible? And how many kills do you really have on it? Let me know.
Ooh. Yes, there will be a day where I will not pull out the old Vigilance Wing. I need a crutch. That's my crutch. I'm not good. It gets me hobbling around. I'd have to look up how many kills I have. Probably too many.
There's no such thing.
It's a fun gun. Definitely if you like pulse rifles. Yeah. Cool. All right,
Well,
Hazel.
you know how it works, right, though?
What? Oh,
It's when the people next to you die. That's the real benefit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Celerity.
Yeah. So quit dying.
Oh my God.
Hey, you just know your audience when you're playing. So.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
Sucks to be them.
Mm-hmm. Get good, scrub. All right, Hazel. Let's dip into the Discord. What do we got, man?
Poor Bell. I called him a bitch. Now you called him a scrub.
Oh, I'm just saying generally speaking.
That poor
Sup,
guy.
bro?
Sup, bro?
Cool story, Mark.
We called a bitch by Gator. No, just kidding. All right. Question for Kogo. All right. I need to close this because motherfuckers are asking tons of questions. Okay. From Kogo9 to Kogo4. Question for the scribe. How are you so creative? I always look forward to the DRTL on Wednesdays.
Okay. Who am I in the future? Let me find out. Who wrote the question? Does it depend?
Oh, that was technical.
Oh, technical. Yeah. Can you repeat that again? Because I lost myself in the future because I'm staring at Kogo 8 and 6, and I don't even know who I am anymore.
Yeah, you'll have that. You'll have that.
Just don't look. I just don't look.
So the question is how are you so creative? And that technical always looks forward to the DRTLs.
Oh, okay. Well, technical, I don't believe I'm that creative. I don't know.
I think you're
I
very
just put
creative.
it out there.
You're very
Well,
creative.
thank
dude.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So
And I'd look forward to putting them out too. It just gets me involved in the community, and that's the whole goal.
Wait a minute.
So,
Does that mean we're going to
No.
get a DRTL very, very early this week?
no. They're actually going to come later because I can't. You know how hard it is to type that during your lunch break on your phone?
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
hear
doing
you.
it.
I hear you, dude. I hear you.
I'll wait till I get home and sit down.
You kind of told us your process. I can't believe you listened to it 3 times, man. Wow.
Well,
That's
I listen to. I listen to once just to listen to it, and then hopefully I pick up something on the second time. I don't even think about that the first time.
Wow.
Nice. That's awesome.
It is.
Okay. Question from Lucky Shifts. Question for the show. Are you guys still constantly playing Destiny or branching out to other games at the moment?
We always go to you first, Kogo.
Oh, I'm
As our
sorry.
guest of honor.
Yes, I have been branching out. I'm not abandoning ship. I still check Discord, signing up for events. My goal is to at least be involved weekly, if possible. Sometimes life gets in the way. I'm an old guy, family, so yeah, I am branching out, but I still love Destiny, and I love playing with you guys.
Oh yeah, dude.
Aww.
I just play Destiny. Hazel?
I'm taking a non-break. So, not exactly a break, but just sort of a break of just life getting in the way kind of thing. So, yeah, that's pretty much my answer to it. Am I playing other games? Not really. I don't really know if Marvel Snap counts, but I'm playing the shit out of that.
Well, I will amend my answer. I've been kind of, the last 2 seasons, I haven't been really going crazy at it. I just really been pacing myself. So I'm not getting the burnout that some people are getting. It's very fresh anytime I log in now. So yeah. All right, nice. Hazel, what else we got there?
Hey Gator, quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what rank are you? Guardian rank?
I just flipped 100. No bounty stacked.
No, Guardian. Rank.
Oh, I've been 9. I'm almost 10.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm about 9 3/4.
Okay. I have one thing left to do before I am level 9, and I need the power bonus. I need one more power bonus, and I need 300,000, I think. Yeah, like 200,000 XP. Any quick ideas there?
Yeah.
Not involving bounties.
Oh. Not involving bounties? Dude, you can get 15,000 XP by doing one bounty on Cosmodrome.
Motherfucker, please.
Okay. Just saying. It literally will take you 20 minutes to do it. Kogo, you know which one it is, don't you?
What, the weekly?
The weekly at Cosmodrome, where you have to get a kill with each elemental weapon. With,
I don't know about that. I remember doing the weekly, though.
It's called Across the Spectrum. It's Arc, Solar, and Void. You got to get 25 kills with each of those weapon types or weapon, and put on your 12% ghost, 15,000 XP. I'm just saying. Other things. I mean, you said no bounties, but what about the challenges? The seasonal challenges, that would be the best way to do it. Look at, like you got to get kills with pulse rifles. That's one of the seasonal challenges this season. It's super easy.
All right. Moving on.
Well, you asked.
You failed me, sir.
Sorry. I do bounties, man.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I do bounties. I say I do like planet hopping. Like I'll go to a destination like Cosmodrome. I'll load up and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll jump to.
Exactly. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I still have a video I put out, one of my first videos about how to level up fast doing bounties and the circuit I run. I can refer it to you if you like, Hazel.
I legit had a chill right there.
I can hit the share button. I can send it to you if you want.
Oh, yeah, you can do that, and I will just delete it. Captain Musty has a question for the show. At the cost of one of your most used legendary weapons, what would you unsunset? So you lose one of your current
that's easy. That's
favorite weapons. Question. And then what would you unsunset?
Man, wouldn't it be great if we had that option? Like in real?
No.
Kogo, what are you getting rid of, man? And what are you going to unsunset?
For legendary? If I'm getting rid of something I don't use, I got to get rid of something I use. I still like the Recluse. I would unset that.
Yeah.
I
Good gun.
don't know why.
It's a good gun.
Don't know why.
But
Man
why?
after my own heart right there.
But what? Man, okay, the damage bonus. Okay. I was going to say.
I would give away like half my fucking guns for that.
And then how?
Yeah.
I don't want to be disingenuous, but then what do I give up? Like a kilos?
I mean,
would replace it with anyway. I don't know.
Well, he's just saying.
I got the mini tool and the iKilos, and I got another. I switch them around, but submachine gun. Okay. I like to spit them out.
Like a funnel web.
Yeah, something like that. Even sometimes in a fast auto, that'll work too. Okay. Sometimes.
All right. It's easy for me. Blast furnace all the way would be what I'd unsunset. I have 3 copies of those that are still sitting in my vault.
I'm so surprised.
And if I had to get rid of a weapon, I would get rid of
to bring it back.
Yeah, no, it's a cost, right? I would have to get rid of my. Oh damn! Wait a minute. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. The inaugural address, which was the pulse rifle you got from the Leviathan raid, which you cannot get anymore. I would unsunset that, and then I would, in return, get rid of my Horror's Least. I have several of them, so I would get one of those. If that could happen in real life, I'd do it tomorrow. What are you doing, Hazel?
Like I said, I would give away half my guns for the Recluse to come back.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Thanks for that, Captain Muskie. Let's go with another speak pipe, and we have one from Hades. Here we go.
Yo, what up? Hades here. So I've just got home from work, and Parlis has abandoned me with her bestie to go to Harry Styles concert. I have 2 hours-ish of nothing to do. I'm all alone, unsupervised. This could be a terrible idea. I'm blaming her for anything that goes wrong because she left me unsupervised. I don't know what to do. Luckily, it's Tuesday, and Banana is back. So that'll probably be what I do once I eat something and spin around in circles in my chair a little bit more. I'm now dizzy. But I'm now being stared at by 2 cats. It's kind of terrifying. So yeah, I'm unsupervised for 2 hours. Probably going to be in a voice channel. Someone come play with me. You guys should be able to magically know that I'm saying this right now, even though it's not going to be on the show for like however many days, weeks, months.
Damn, he nailed it.
Depends if Gator loves me or not.
We were 2 weeks late on this.
Is he still
Questions?
in the chat?
I think he's still in the chair. He's waiting for us.
So, like, yeah. Question. God damn it, I never think this through. How does Scum Death just do this on the fly?
Because he's Uncle Scum Death.
What do you guys do when you're unsupervised?
Okay, fair question.
You're real adults. What do you do when you're unsupervised and completely free for multiple hours? Love you both. Love the show. Bye. Oh, and yeah, Gator, fuck grass. Bye.
What?
That sounds awkward.
You know what though, Hades? I got to give you credit, man. Your audio was on point, sir. Wherever you're recording, wherever you were holding your phone up in the air to get whatever.
Dude.
What?
Dude. Because Parlis wasn't there.
Oh, he wouldn't have to whisper. It makes sense now.
Exactly. He didn't have to record in the bathroom.
That's right. Makes perfect sense. All right. Well, thanks, Hades.
Actually, I think it's a closet, but yeah.
He has to be very quiet though, and I can never hear him because he's always mumbling. But Kogo, what are you doing if you're left unsupervised?
None of your business.
Hey, man, I didn't ask the question.
I will say, is this even a real question? Because this is why gaming's great.
Yeah.
There's never nothing you could be doing.
Yeah.
True.
Hazel?
I I'm trying to find the most maximum way to, to do the most. No, I'm lying. I'm trying to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
When I have time.
Makes sense.
Absolutely nothing.
But see, you're a family man still. Your kids are home and having alone
you're saying
time.
You get your all the time to do nothing.
Dude. It is glorious to be an empty nester.
I'm not there, and I hear you say that, and I'm just like, it just does not appeal to me.
Really?
Yeah,
to wake up in the morning and get your oatmeal and your bagel
much,
really?
Oh yeah. I changed my mind. You fucking sold me on the bagel thing.
There we go.
Yep, exactly.
That's what he do. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean,
lies.
It's glorious to have a totally quiet house.
It just does not appeal to me at all.
What?
Yeah, it just does not, man.
Really? I mean, that's when I can really hone in on making a video, making a podcast script or something. I mean, that quiet time is golden. That's what I would do, Hades, if I'm unsupervised. Now, my wife is home. She's queen. I do whatever she wants to do because I don't see her all day. And we're like two ships in the night when it comes to the school season. So when we have those 2 to 3 hours when she's home, that's maximum attention that I have with her. And whatever she wants to do, watch a show, go out to a movie or whatever, I'm there. And gaming has to wait, or whatever else. But yeah, when I'm home alone and I don't have to work, it's fantastic. All right. I won't gloat. Let's do one from Nitro TJ. He had a car crash. He has a small story for us. So I'm curious to see what this is. Here we go.
Hey guys, TJ here. Wanted to tell y'all a little interesting story that just happened to me. I was driving home from the mall, and this one dude decided it'd be a good idea for him to make my acquaintance. So what had happened was I was kind of stuck. My driver's door was right beside the tractor trailer's front tire to my left, and there's a tractor trailer in front of me, not enough space to get around. So I was like, well, crap, I guess I'm kind of just stuck right here. My exit's at a mile, it'll be fine. All of a sudden I look back in my rear view, and a little doodad decided to pop his little head out and decide to try to run me over. It's very scary. But all of a sudden, I look at him, and he's going left, kind of sliding, like a car's trying to stop, and he's turning his wheel just a little bit to kind of get that little bit extra oomph to stop. Well, it looked like he lost control, and he started sliding left, and then kind of caught traction, threw him right, and then caught traction again, threw him left, and then he caught traction and went straight underneath the tractor trailer that's right behind me.
Damn.
So now his car is completely 90 degrees sideways.
Wow.
From the truck. The tractor trailer is right beside me. His whole entire driver is crushed. Like that little bit, that front windshield to that middle part in between the two doors. Crushed instantly. Well, right after that, the trucker didn't see him and then went right over him. So that was on my way home today.
What?
That was kind of crazy. So my question for you guys is, have y'all had any crazy experiences like that before? Like, what was your crazy experience on the road? Any crazy crash stories that y'all have had?
Oof.
Let me know. See y'all guys next time.
So did the guy perish? I would imagine he did, right? The truck ran over him? Wow, that's dark. Kogo,
Yeah.
any close call out there on the road?
I actually had a close call only a couple weeks ago. I have a commute to work. It's about 20 minutes on a highway, just 2-laner. Not much out there flat, but they're doing construction. And they set up a flagger. They had about a mile or so up there, and they actually had a flagger stop the highway. And I'd stopped waiting for the come up, and I was probably there a minute because there wasn't a lot of traffic. But when the traffic did come, I had a car that just was not paying attention, almost just jacked me, hit the brakes, swerved off into the oncoming traffic lane, which thankfully they weren't letting the cars through, so there was no problem there. But that was kind of a weird thing. And I remember even before the brakes started squealing, I looked at the rearview mirror, saw him coming in. I was just like, oh, I didn't know what to do. But anyway, nothing happened of it. It was just kind of unsettling. And I don't know how you miss road construction like that with a mile of sign, but it happens. And I have seen fatalities on the road. I drove to Alaska one time, and on the Alcan Highway, we saw a fatality, and that was kind of a bad deal, but I don't know. It happens.
Yeah.
Wow. Hazel?
So for me, I got into an accident. I think I told the story before. And I was, let me see here. So I'm trying to find a good way to describe it. So I was driving, I had a nice car. It was my first car too. Mazda 626. So I was driving it, and there was basically a 2-lane road, and the car in front of me, it was like a pretty busy road around here. So, and there were houses along the side of the road, and I stopped so that way the person in front of me could turn into their driveway. Well, the woman behind me didn't see me or wasn't paying attention or something like this. She plows into the back of me, sends me into the truck in front of, basically, the truck in front of me. They go like skidding down the road into their house. And then we proceed to shut down traffic on this busy 2-lane road for probably about 3 hours. And what I found out is that, so when I got hit, I said, fuck, really, really loud. And then I hit the passenger seat. And I actually took the seat back. Like, I took it out of the track that it was in.
Damn.
Yeah, I was a little pissed.
Wow.
And that leads me to the next thing, is basically like my insurance company. Well, the police come out, they check us all. We're all okay and that. And then the insurance company calls me, and they're just like, hey, she was really moving. And I was like, well, yeah, she sent me into the truck in front of me, and I was stopped. And they were just like, yeah, exactly. And she hit you so hard that it broke the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And that was how I found out that it was off the track, because
they were assessing the car.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, that's what put it over. Like, that would just
totaled it.
Yeah.
Wow. See, it doesn't take much to total a car now, because the airbag systems are so expensive to replace that if the airbags are deployed, it's just such a greater chance you're going to just total the car out. Man, I was into racing as a teenager / early teen or early 20s. And man, I got really close to getting my license suspended. I was such a bad driver. I was such a speeder. Thank goodness for that, because I went to defensive driving classes 3 times to get, forgiveness. And because I took defensive driving courses early in my youth, I have learned, whether I'm on a motorcycle or on a car, and I'm in Florida, remember, I am always anticipating idiocy. And, I have seen head-on collisions. I've witnessed them. I have seen cars split in 3 ways because someone was drunk, speeding, got caught up in a power line cord, a cable that held the power lines up, split a Plymouth Barracuda in 3 pieces. No one survived. I've seen a lot of stuff in my lifetime so far in Florida, and the idiocy continues. I mean, I just encountered this stuff on the way home. I have a big, heavy truck. It doesn't go real fast, real quick, and people are so damn impatient these days that I'm just waiting to pull up on them at the next intersection, in an accident. So, yeah, I've witnessed so much early in my life that I am very, very smart driver now, but I didn't used to be. Whew, man, that was a deep question. We get that one every so often, though. Anyway, Hazel, let's go back in the Discord, please.
Okay.
Take me away, Calgon.
What?
You wouldn't get it. Sorry. It's an old guy
You have to
joke.
be at least this old to get that.
Yes.
Joke. Okay. Magic Mike, question for the show. If you guys had to delete your entire vault and start over, but you could keep 1 weapon or 1 armor piece,
Oh boy.
what would it be?
Oh, we know what your weapon's going to be, Hazel. What about you, Kogo? Everything goes
Ace
except...
of Spades. Ace of Spades. End of story. No more discussion.
Really?
Done.
That is a good.
And I don't even use it, but I'm just saying, if I was keeping one, that'd be it.
What would mine be, Gator?
You said the Recluse. You give half your vault for the Recluse.
For it to come back in its original state. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not back yet, man.
Oh, okay. So you're wanting to keep it. You got to.
Yeah.
So 1 weapon. I guess it could be an exotic or a legendary. 1 weapon and 1 piece of exotic armor, I'm assuming, right?
No, 1 or the other.
Oh, that's harsh.
Oh.
Wow. It's always weapons for me. I think I've answered this question before. It's always weapons. And I would say I would keep my Osteostriga. Such a well-rounded rifle, gun. That's what I would keep if I had to. Get rid of everything in the vault. Keep 1 thing.
I would keep my Hoyle. My Heart of Inmost Light. It's 13 mobility, 28 resil, 4 recovery, 26 discipline, 4 intellect, and 9 strength for a total of 84.
I thought you were going to say Lorelei.
No, I crutch on Hoyle way too much. So
okay.
I gotta be true to my roots.
Okay. Good question. What else we got?
From Kogo9, aka Technical. Question for the EXO. What happened to Kogo 1 through 3?
I don't know. They reset well. I just hear whispers.
Love it.
Actually, the real Kogo, and it is my dog's name. He's still outside right now. So, Kogo 1's still kicking.
Cool, that's what's important.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, I guess your dog has a question from Kogo 1.
Okay.
Question for Kogo Arigato, Mr. Roboto. What's your show recap writing process like? I think you've already,
Yeah. Basically, I just listen to the show. I just do that, and then I'll listen to it again, and when I listen to it the second time, I'll just be thinking about something funny I could say or a different way to say it or try to think about it differently. But, I don't know how effective it is. I have shortcuts, too. Like, if I can't think of anything, maybe I'll come up with a song or use a song or, I don't know.
Yeah, you've done that 1 week.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's an awesome thing.
It is.
I know we keep saying that, but
it's a highlight of my week.
We certainly appreciate it.
Yep.
Question from Kogo6. You may know him better as TLT Tim, as some people call him. Question for Kogo Power Rangers. When did you know you were a better wordsmith than Seeker in Hide and Seek?
Just because you had that one good spot, man. I mean, come on.
You guys played the tower game? Nice.
First of all, I don't consider myself a good wordsmith, but I was actually, in this instance, TL Tim, I was trying to help Smiter. I was trying to be the fall guy, and it worked for a while. You know, I wanted them to find me first so that the guy hiding right next to me, a little bit further deeper, would get let go, and he was. You just had a really good spot. Not as good as the winner, but you had a good spot.
I love it. I love it so much.
I wish I was in that game. I think I didn't have internet that day or something. Something like that.
Question from Kogo 2.
Oh, God.
Follow-up. Did you ever find Briggs, or is he still hiding in the hangar? You think we should bring him some food so he can manage? Or he can manage?
Briggs. Yeah, that was all. I was the worst seeker, I think, that could possibly be there. And Briggs literally slid into the perfect hiding spot. I think he was out of time. And yeah, he just got lucky. That's all. That's all there is. Sometimes you are. Now, the second time he had a good hiding spot, but they were doing some research. I mean, this wasn't real, you know, put you out in the wild, go for it. They knew what they were doing. I think someone.
Oh, boy. Someone's YouTubing or Googling.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Okay, one
All
more
right.
question here.
Yep.
From Kogo 32. Another one about how did you become such a wordsmith? And then he goes on to say, has language always interested you?
No. I mean, yes. I'll tell you, okay, here's something that I didn't say about me, is that I did go to school for architecture, and my penmanship is like crazy good. So the words really don't matter. I just want them to look pretty. And that's true. I mean, that's a true story.
Wait a minute.
That's awesome.
Are you a font person?
Oh, sort of. I mean,
my wife is a
I
font
don't.
person.
I just like writing.
All right.
And I try to get cursive set, different set. I got a weird signature. No, you can't copy it. I don't know. I just spend a lot of time doing that, and it does freak people out sometimes. But when I take notes, it just scribble like everybody else.
Right. Okay. Very cool. Speaking of Hammer Crasher 32, he has a question for the show here. Here we go.
Hammer Crasher 32 here. I was just listening to a podcast on the way to work, lore podcast, and one of the hosts said, yeah, hunters are like cats. You know, they just got to go around and explore and push things off the edges and kind of push the boundaries a little bit. And that made me think, well, if hunters are cats, then obviously Titans are dogs, you know, loyal, lovable, a little dumb. But that leads me to my question. If Titans are dogs, hunters are cats, then what would warlocks be? Gerbils, ferrets, birds, lizards? What do you think?
What do you think, Kogo?
I don't want to be a cat. And I don't even know why I don't know. Let me hear your take on this, because I'm probably going to latch on to one of you guys, because I'm just like,
You're not going to like my answer.
You're a bird. You're a little floaty, Tweety bird.
You're not going to like my answer. Hey, so what are you picking?
Oh,
Duel.
wow, what I want to say.
Draw.
I mean, there's so much. There's so many different things I really want to say. I want to, say that they could be chickens.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they could be chickens.
No.
That would be a warlock, I think.
Colonel is not a warlock.
He could be. How do you know?
Okay. Well, that's true.
And then part of me was like, yeah, they could be roosters.
Okay, so hunters are cats, Titans are dogs, You ready, my warlock brethren and sisters? Warlocks are the master.
Get the fuck out.
Drop the mic.
Master? What kind of animal's the master?
It's the master of the dog and cat.
Are you talking about like master fisherman?
No. We're the master. We're the one that
like
feeds you
gold.
guys. We're the one who gives you sustenance.
Get the fuck
Put
out.
a goldfish in a bowl.
Told you wouldn't like my answer. Hey,
Because that's not
it's an animal.
you
It is an animal.
douche nozzle.
The
Come
human
on.
master is an animal. There you go. All right. I have one here from Thing. Thing had a question.
You make me sick.
Whatever.
Yeah. I think cock was the right answer.
Thing, what do you got, buddy? Let's see what he has to say.
Hi, it's Thing. Just finished your guys' episode from the 26th and loved it. It was really good. Loved the banter. Good points, top subjects to talk about. Real quick though, Gator, it's Diablo, not Diablo or however you're saying it.
Am I saying it wrong?
Nah.
It does bug me. Not
I
in
just
an
got some
angry
joy.
way.
I just got a little joy.
It's funny. But no. So, I have a, what do you call it? Proposition for Hazel. The next time he says Diablo in that very incorrect way, if you have the power, and because I think it'd be funny, you time him out. I don't know for how long, but anyways, that's not why I'm here. You guys talked about a lot of things, and I agree with a lot of it. Hazel's opinions, but there's some things in there that I agree with Gator. But the thing I want to talk about is what Azcross had to say, and I'm trying to be quick because I'm running out of time. But I agree that the game and the PvP is for fun, and that Bungie, that's not what we want to do, or that's not what Bungie wants to do with the direction of Destiny, which I can get behind to an extent. I agree that they shouldn't take out PvP because it is fun to just go in there with your guns and whatever and whatnot. That being said, my question is you guys have created a community based around Destiny, and a lot of us have become friends, if not, it almost feels like family. I mean, you're excited to get on and play with these guys or gals, and just, be a part of something. What happens when Destiny comes to an end with the community? I mean, we all got to grow. We all got to move on, yes. But, I mean, a lot of times you meet with these people. So, I guess what I'm saying is at the end, when it does happen, it'll be a sad day. So, and just some thoughts, something to think about. Love the show. Love the show. I tried combining the words there. I'm out of time. Bye.
Thanks, Ting.
Thank you.
Hazel, you want to answer it first?
Yeah. So I would think that, like, what I envision, hopefully, is to what happens is that those people that you do become friends with on here and that you play with all the time and things like this, that hopefully it goes beyond just the game. And it's like, oh, well, how's your dog doing? And, oh, well, I know that, your dad's sick and your mom is whatever. And it's just that it goes beyond just the normal type stuff, and that you can actually get to know people outside of the game. So that way you can go ahead and continue those friendships afterwards. I mean, let's face it, okay? I'm the soft, gooey center. I'm the touchy-feely guy. So, I mean, that's just,
What's that make me, though? If you're the gooey center.
Dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, did you finish, Hazel? I want to make sure you finished. Yeah. I mean, I've this has crossed my mind. I mean, Destiny's not forever. Bungie may not even be forever. Obviously, Hazel and I would have to confer and decide how to go forward with the community. But I kind of have to agree with Hazel. I said, whatever game we would be after Destiny or instead of Destiny, I would like to think that we would all still stick together and enjoy games together. Yeah, that's man, heavy questions tonight.
I guess what I'm saying in my answer is that you don't have to wait for that to happen.
That's true. That's true.
I
mean, we've had people playing Diablo in the, go ahead, I dare you. In my, in our chats, in our voice rooms, in our Discord, we're not going to boot them out. We're all gamers.
No.
We're all gamers. Hell, we've had people play all kinds of different games in our voice chat system. We're not limiting people to playing just Destiny. In fact, most people are playing something else right now. What are we going to boot them or something? No. But I will say this. We have I have some buds that I played Battlefield with called the Battlefield, was it the, Battlefield Dads or something like that? Geez, I don't remember what it's called now. I started it a long time ago on, was it WhatsApp, I think? No, it's one of those sites out there, and we still talk today. And we haven't played Battlefield in ages. I haven't played Battlefield in ages, but I'm still in the group. I still talk and catch up with them, and probably not as often as I'd like because there's life and stuff in the way. But, if Battlefield was actually to come back and actually be a decent game and be what it once was, then I might consider jumping back into a voice chat with them and playing Battlefield one night instead of Destiny or whatever. I see us as a gaming community. I never really pigeonholed us down to a Destiny community, but at this time, this is the thing. This is what we all love to play and enjoy, but I don't think I would ever limit us to playing just one game, even though that's all I do.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay.
So,
all right.
That's what I'll put that challenge out to people. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
That person that you're talking to, and you've talked to them a couple times, and that kind of thing. Reach out to them and say, hey, you're a halfway decent person. So, I'm a halfway decent person. Let's talk some real shit kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. We have a channel in our Discord called Other Games, and people jump in there and talk all the time about what they're playing right now. We even have put in special sub channels of games that people are playing, TV shows that people are watching together. It's a living environment. As long as I'm having fun doing it, I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. And if Destiny ends tomorrow, there'll be something else to play. But I'll still want to talk with everyone every morning and shoot the shit and see what everyone's up to. And, it has crossed my mind though, that once, cause nothing lasts forever. It really doesn't. That's just life, man. So yeah, that's a very convoluted answer, but that's my answer. Looking at the clock here, Hazel, we have, some more for Kogo.
Yep. Let me see here. Here we are. I'm cleaning it up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Kogo, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
5 more for Kogo, outside of like duplicates.
Literally, I posted that announcement hours before our show. Yes. That's just crazy.
Okay. So, we'll hit 3 more and then, go to
Go out with a speak pipe?
Well, I mean,
no, go whatever way. We still have time. I'm not rushing you.
All right. So, Kogo 8, a.k.a. Darth Noodle. Question for Wake Me Up Before You, Kogo. I love it. I love it. Wow. I love this so much. You won $1 million, but can't save any of it. How are you spending it all?
Ooh, a really good... Can't save it for how long? Like, I got to blow it in one day? I'm just
Was it Brewster's Millions?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, they had more rules there. I think
true.
he had to keep everything or whatever, but...
That's true.
I would... Ooh.
For the younger folks out there, Brewster's Millions was an 80s comedy show with Richard Pryor in it. I'm sorry, Kogo, go ahead.
Who's Richard Pryor?
Go ahead, Kogo. Just ignore him.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'd probably set myself up pretty good and then have some friends over and set them up as well if I had to get rid of it. I don't know. Is $1 million even $1 million like it used to be?
It isn't. Not that I would know.
I'd like to find out.
Oh, yeah. Let's test that theory.
I'm with that.
Yeah. Let's
I go to the River store.
You'd buy out Astacross.
You chaos.
I don't know if I
could.
Oh my God.
Chaos.
Crazy question.
I see you so much right now. All right. Question for... I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this. Momango?
Where is it?
Thanks a lot, Commando. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, okay. Commando.
No. Comango.
Oh, never mind.
Comango.
I give up.
Like the fruit, I'm guessing. Comango. Question for the show. Row Kogo. Your boat gently down the stream.
Oh my God.
Ever have your guardian appear not IRL, but in a dream?
No, I haven't, but I have sat in when you get the brand new expansion or when like Destiny 2, yes, we can say vanilla Destiny 2 is horrible, but wasn't that a fun first 3 days? I could hardly sleep, and I was thinking, man, this is fun. I want to get back to the story. Now, I didn't know that they were going to be giving out exotics like French fries and all that stuff, but yes, I've had moments, but I don't think I've actually dreamed it. No. I have no cosplay interest or anything like that. I enjoy watching people do it. Just, no, I haven't done that, but I thought a lot about the story.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Follow up here. Kogo Pilot 17. Y'all are just crazy.
Who is this?
Love you. Co-pilot.
Okay.
Kogo Pilot.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at him. I'm looking at the other stuff.
It's just fantastic. I do. I love you all. You all are something special. Okay. She asks, question for Kogobots. What is your favorite Transformer?
Bumblebee.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know. I actually think the Beetle version. And
that was a question
part of that,
I was going to put in tonight's speed run.
Oh. Well, anyway. Bumblebee, probably. And a lot of that has to do with my kid. And, hey, I like what he likes.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes. Taylor Swift is on constant play here. So. Yeah. Could be worse. Okay. All right. I'm just looking at these questions here. Here we go. From Hades fucking hates fishing. Question 4. We all read It's Just Long Enough. Who gets the honor of scribing this week? Don't say me. I can't read.
I don't know if I was left up to do it, which I still plan to do. I don't know. I'll think of something. Probably Wednesday morning. I'll probably wake up and go, okay, here's an. Actually, I have some ideas.
I love it. I can't wait.
That sounds scary. I mean that in a good way.
Yeah. Scary good.
Yeah. Always scary good. Okay. And I believe the last question here from a original member here, or from an original question here. It's from Smiter. Question for the show. There were many changes from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. What drastic changes do you think will be or want made in the next big step of the game? Love the show.
Honestly, that's tough to say because I don't know what they want to do differently, but I occasionally miss more of the gunplay. The builds are great. I actually think they're needed. I don't want to get into all that. I think it does. But when Witherhoard kind of broke it up, I think of Witherhoard as kind of like the one that lit the magic or drew the magic at you. But I kind of wish there was more gunplay, and I wish there was different. Gosh, it's so great, the movement in the game. I just wish they could expand on that. And I don't know if that means like different kind of jetpacks, different kind of deal. I'd enjoy that in the next iteration.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of mentioned what I was going to mention, and that's a gun game. No grenade, maybe a grenade, but no riffs, no dodges, no pea puddles, no supers, just you and your gun against.
You're just talking about one game mode.
Well, that's something I think they need to bring into the next Destiny. It's just a solid, let's test our gun skill against other players. That's it. I mean, I don't know why they don't already have it, to be honest.
Gator, it's painful talking to you sometimes.
I'm just saying, this is something I've been wanting for a while now.
It's just painful. You know, you get the ability to do whatever you want. And you go, hey, I want a PvP game mode where you don't use abilities in an ability game.
Wait a minute. That's Marathon. Never mind. I'll come up with another answer. Hold on.
He's like, I want Marathon. That's what I want.
No. You go ahead. I'll come up with an answer. I'll come up with a legit answer.
I am wholeheartedly stealing somebody's answer from last week's episode. It's Nico, by the way. Yeah. I want a planet or an ability to where whenever I come across somebody in the wild, that we can battle.
Like a duel, like in World of Warcraft. I got you.
Or, I mean, just anybody in general. Yeah. I mean, like, if I'm in the middle of a raid and, you know, I shoot somebody, that they would die. So it's like hardcore mode from COD.
I mean, I'll build on something I've already mentioned from previous shows, and that is leave the PvP to Marathon and let's blow up the PvE world. Let's blow it up. Let's make all kinds of crazy stuff happen. I mean, crazy builds, crazy flight, crazy bosses. I mean, yeah, I want to know about a boss that nobody can kill it. And we just keep figuring out how to kill it every week when we get to that point again. I mean, they can really turn the dial up to 11 if we didn't have to worry about balancing stuff in the PvP game. That's what I wish.
You want them to take PvP out of the game.
What are they doing now for PvP? I mean, it can get worse than it is already. I mean, they really have already just set it to the side. It's already the writing's on the wall, really. I mean, they've kind of already set PvP aside, and I know your opinion on it, Hazel. I knew it from last week. But I think if they got rid of that element of the game, it would free up so much to do so much else in the Destiny universe.
Well, I don't understand I know it's been neglected and you're saying it's taken away, but if it's still there in its current state, it won't be as enjoyable, but it's still there.
Well, I know the biggest, and I'm a fan of this. The biggest thing one of the things I love about Destiny is you can get a gun in PvE and go see how it works in the Crucible. The problem is they've had such a hard time balancing these things over the years that it'd be nice to take that limitation off the game where they can go crazy in PvE. Bigger dungeons, crazier raids.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
I mean,
they tried really hard. I believe they do. I mean, that's my take and impression is that they've tried really hard. It's just hard to get the extremes both ways.
Look at it this way, Kogo. Tell me if I'm correct here. Hazel will tell me I'm wrong anyway, so just ignore his answer.
Hey,
doesn't
wrong.
it?
I don't even know what you're going to say.
Doesn't it seem like Destiny has been, or Bungie has been much more conservative in the game over the last couple of years? As far as anything they do, they don't want to ramp it up too much. And that's another thing. Throw the damn loot at us. Why are you limiting what we can get in loot in the game? If we didn't have to worry about people taking advantage of it and just making people's games in Crucible miserable, if they didn't have to worry about that part, then be like Diablo and just throw the loot at us. Throw us a ton of loot. They're so worried that we're going to get all the loot and just walk away. That's
what happened. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't
No.
But
go ahead.
I think that's what happened in Vanilla D2 when it came out. It just was too much. They wanted to give everybody stuff and go. Yeah. I do think they have done a lot as far as building up with Stasis and Strand. I think they kind of went a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think with Strand, they kind of went a little crazy. It's good, and it just depends on how much you play the game. For a new player, going crazy with Strand, it might be a little bit much, because if you're looking for a gun game, I'm sorry, but you're doing other stuff. A gun is just supplemental to it.
And there's other games that do that. So I know. I've heard this argument before.
And that part of it, could you try to imagine balancing Stasis and Strand? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they kind of did it to themselves. They decided, hey, we needed to do it. Now, you just have to, the population will say for itself. There's still room for PvP. I just don't think it's going to be it's never been a competitive environment. It's been a place where you could have what am I trying to say? It's never been fair and equal. It just really hasn't. And they've tried hard to make it that way. It is what it is. And it is fun. I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm just saying it's just different.
Yeah.
And I don't see them getting balanced, and but I think they have been trying hard on the PvE.
Sure.
The loot thing, man, you gotta suffer. If you want the payoff, you gotta suffer, and that stinks, because there's a guy that can't put in the hour. I'm an EverQuest. I played EverQuest. I know what the grind is. I mean, in 4 years, I probably put a year online time into this bad boy, and I was trying, we had a website. I did get some items first, but man, I don't know. There's just a fine line, and you're not going to make everybody happy that way.
That's true too.
I just don't, you can only enjoy things if you have to suffer. I'm a spoiled kid. I know what that's like. I mean,
I see where you're coming from.
That's just the way it is.
Maybe make things still RNG. But just like the limitations on materials, the limitations on how many times you can farm something. All right, I'm off my soapbox. I know we're running low on time. So, what else we got, Hazel, for Kogo?
We just had a couple of secondary questions from Kogo9 real quick here. For question for Komodo Dragon. Shake and bake or technically dangerous? Choose wisely.
Technically dangerous. Yeah, I'm going with tech. He was my first Sherpa, I think. Now, I played with, I just explained the first experience I had, or at least I think I did, was with Soccer John and Warcry and Gator and Iron Banner. Technical was the first guy that Sherpa took me to the Shattered Throne. And that was a great icebreaker for me, because I'd done Shattered Throne. I had Wish Ender, but to actually get back in a group, That was pretty awesome. So I'll do the Techno Dangerous.
Two good guys.
Nice. And then Danger Powers, a.k.a. Kogo1. Question for Kogo Baggins. As someone who's thrown themselves into the community, what advice do you have for new members and players looking to do stuff in-game?
Register with 100.io and just do it. Listen, it's not all going to work out, but even Destiny, I've held off doing things for so long that it's just like what do we have last week, talking about going in and just getting it done. Now, I'm not going to solo Crota or do a raid or anything crazy like that because I don't have the skills, but hey, you can do a lot more just doing it. And I'm figuring it out myself. So, I might not give you the best answer, but just sign up, register, and show up.
I like it.
Yeah. Good call. All right.
And I think now we can go out on a speak pipe.
Let's do it. Well, I've got one here from Wormwood. Here we go.
Hello, this is Wormwood. My question is, what's your favorite episode from Guardian Downcast?
Ooh. Well, we have 205 to choose from, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a loaded question. But a good question. Yeah. I mean, we have our favorites, I guess, right? I mean, I have very memorable ones.
Definitely not this one. No, just kidding.
Well, this is fresh in my mind still. I still remember Jay, a.k.a. Gear Dad's, I think it was episode 7. His story just brought me to tears. It was crazy. I don't forget stuff like that. I mean, I don't have a good memory, but moments like that I never forget. That's just one of many, but that's the one that comes to mind right away and the oldest.
Kogo, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, the first one. Without it, and the rest matters.
Did you listen to the first one?
Actually, I did. But I don't remember that much. I remember Warcry, and he was like on 2, was it?
That was, Warcry was 2.
Yeah.
He was our first guest.
I did listen to it, I promise. But,
don't worry, you'll hear him at Christmas time again.
Okay.
Yeah. He does he comes back every Christmas. Yep. Hazel?
I
know, man.
There's
every episode is memorable. It really is.
Yeah. And I guess that's the thing for me where I'm like, oh man. I think kind of going along the same lines as you, like people with memorable stories. I have to go with Marky Mark.
Yeah, that was a great one. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah. Like right in the feels. I mean, just.
Yep. There's so many great shows, man. I mean, I think every week is a great show.
Yeah.
And I have to edit every show, so I listen very intently on every show. So I don't listen to them 3 times like you, Kogo, but I do listen to every word when I edit. I listen to the entire podcast before everyone else does. So yeah, they're all really good. Yes. All right. On that note, thank you everyone for sending your questions in, especially to our guest of honor tonight. And, hey, if we didn't get to your question, we'll do our best to get to it next week. We don't throw questions away. So, and if you have a question, something pops in your head, you're driving along, throw a speak pipe to us, or pull over. Don't do it while you're driving, and send us something in Discord.
Yeah, or you're on your way home from band practice.
Yeah,
with that's a ride. Maybe.
Perfect time. Yeah, can't agree more. Just don't touch his socks. All right. Thank you all.
Put them in your mouth.
Well, that reminds me, Mr. Fudd, take it away, sir.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah, Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. Well, this is the final segment of our show, where we pick our song for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. It's a little sample of what the two of us and our guest here listen to. And tonight we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify. I know our podcast is on there too, but remember it says show playlist instead. It's on iTunes. Apple Music, and they keep changing the name. And also, of course, Spotify. I'll put the links to both in our show description down below. We now have 1,114 songs representing all of us and all of our past guests. Think of it as a time capsule since our show started back in July of 2019. So we'll start with you, Kogo 4. What'd you pick tonight and why?
You know, I picked an old song. I picked Immigrant Song with Led Zeppelin, and the reason I picked it is I was thinking of that Beastie Boys Sabotage trailer video, and to me, this song, if you replace the Vikings with the Hive, it just gets me pumped. So,
great song.
Nice. Yes.
We don't have enough Led Zeppelin. Hint, hint to future guest. Good deal. Thank you, sir. Hazel, what'd you pick tonight, man?
All right. I picked a song that kind of gives you a little bit of swagger. And it is, coincidentally, Pretty Boy Swag by Soulja Boy. You listen to it and you just kind of get that swagger going.
Very cool. All right. Can't wait to listen to it.
I'm sure you've heard it before, Gator.
Absolutely. I love Soulja Boy. Did I say it right? Anyway, I'll edit that out. The song I chose tonight, I'm always looking for a new sound out there. And this week I stumbled upon a 53-year-old alt indie rock singer, songwriter, musician, record producer from Bridpoint, Dorset, UK. Hope I said that right, Mr. Monkey. Like a lot of solo artists, she started off in 1988 as a part of a rock trio, but then she broke off in 95 to release 9 studio albums over the years. She has a nice mix of alt rock with a little touch of indie folk in it. That's what I see from it, in a lot of her songs. And not to mention a professional saxophone musician. So, you know, that binds to my heart there since I'm a sax player as well. The song I chose is called A Perfect Day, Elise, from her 1998 album, Is This Desire? And the artist is PJ Harvey. Check her out. It's really good. Hey, I wanted to mention, that we had our question of the month for May and June. That question contest is closed. We will not be taking any more submissions for that. But next week we will be doing our drawing for our question of the month. And the question was, should we compare Destiny 2 to the original Destiny game? Why or why not? We'll be picking and doing our usual drawings next week. And that will be Mohawk Angel, by the way, will be our guest next week. Surprise, surprise. So we'll have her pick the numbers and we'll see who wins.
Do we have any speak pipes for those?
I was just going to say, we do have some already in, and I'll go ahead and play a couple here. Well, I know we got one this week from Mr. Monkey, Speak of the Devil. Let's see what he has to say for question of the month.
Hey guys, Mr. Monkey here with my answer for the question of the month for May to June. Should D2 be compared to D1? I found this question really difficult because I think it should, but no more so than any other game in terms of looking at what works, what doesn't work. I think because it's set in the same universe made by the same people, naturally you'll draw comparisons, but having repurchased D1 recently and jumped back in for the first time since D2 launched, I must admit D1 is very, very confusing. There's an absolute metric crap ton of currencies, upgrade options that are not really clear. It isn't perhaps what we remember it to be. Yeah, the story missions are super cool, and it's really nice that you can go back in and select them. But that is potentially the only saving grace of it. Other than that, I think D2 is absolutely superior. It'd be quite nice if they added some of the old D2 campaigns or some of the story missions into the Legends tab, as that seems to be what it's there for. But other than that, that's kind of my answer. I just want to say a big, big thank you to Hazel and to the rest of the gang for taking me through Crota for the first time and taking my little Crota virginity. So thank you very much for that. Love you both. Love the show. Look forward to playing with you soon. Thank you. Bye.
I will see you tomorrow, sir.
That was fun to go back through Crota like that.
Cool deal. Yeah. I just still remember all those just like they were yesterday. It's crazy. All right. So there was, thank you, Mr. Monkey, for your answer for the question of the month. We'll play the remaining ones next week, and then we'll have our drawings. Just some quick housekeeping. Wanted to mention we have 3 new patrons tonight. I want to give a big welcome to our new tip jar patron. That would be John the Bounty Hunter. Thank you. A brand new dungeon champion, Smiter. Crap. Smiter. It's going to be just like the other one. Thank you, sir, for being our new dungeon champion. That's pretty cool. And, finally, one patron just upgraded their pledge to now raid boss status. Aww. Thank you, Mr. Lucky Shifts. Very cool, man. Lucky. Wow. We're blown away, man. Thanks for giving back to our community. That's awesome. So, that being said, I wanted to give a shout out to our Dungeon Champion patrons. That would be Scoot, Oh Hey Redneck, Technical, Toll the Bell, Waffle, Raffy, Mullet, Nitro TJ, Darth Noodle, Nico, aka Jersey, Crow, and now Smiter. And our OG Raid Boss patrons from day one. That would be Jealous and Frostbite. And also our additional Raid Boss patrons, that would be Shadowflu, BLT Tim, TL Tim, and I'll never get that right. And now, of course, Lucky Shifts for giving back to our community as Raid Boss patrons. Thank you. A quick shout out to all of our members. You know who you are, giving back to our show and community. It's been great. Hazel and I thank you for that. Because of our patrons, you can enjoy our podcast commercial free. So please thank those gold badge members in the Discord if you get a chance. They single-handedly give us the option to not have to look for sponsors to fund our hobby and provide merch and gift card giveaways every month and all the premium tools, all the extra boost in our Discord so we can have all those extra tools, soundboard. I'm sure we're having fun with that one. And the other premium tools we use to make this podcast possible. So thank you all for that. And if you found some value out of our little show today, and you want to give back to our community as well, check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast. The link will be in our show description down below. And if you do, please leave us your Discord gamer tag so we can give you a shout out on the show. Well, Hazel, Kogo 4, that's a wrap. Another episode in our collection for our listeners out there. We have 205 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. So take a look at those, especially if you're just finding out about us. And the only way we grow, folks, is by you sharing it with a friend. So hit that share button in whatever app you're using and tell a friend about us. We appreciate you. Well, Kogo 4, thank you, sir, for coming on the show tonight. Wow. Great conversations tonight. We really had a great time.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on, and I hope you realize after the questions and things like that how much everyone appreciates you.
Yeah, that was literally hours before the show.
Well, I appreciate the people. That's why I'm here.
Really good, man. Aww. Hey, do you want to give a shout out to anyone in the community or tell people where they can find you, sir?
Discord. I really don't have a lot of social media. I'm just figuring this out as it is, so... Hey, just send me a DM. My pants aren't that big.
Don't worry, you're not missing anything on the other areas out there. Thank you, sir, again, for coming on the show tonight. We had a good time.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, Hazel, where can people find you, good sir?
Quick and easy. Hazel NT in all the places except for Twitch, where I am the Hazel NT.
You can contact me via the Twitter, the Twatter. Hazel says, at Todd the Gator. It's T2Ds and GATR. And hey, I have a YouTube channel where I create videos to help new players try to figure out everything in this little game we play. Some opinion pieces. And of course, I throw shorts from our podcast in YouTube shorts. And this very show, by the way, posts to that YouTube channel as well if you want to listen to our show using YouTube. And it's in, I believe, YouTube Music as well as a podcast if you want to listen to the audio only form of that. I have a podcast called the Destiny Help Desk, which does the same thing as my YouTube channel, but in an audio format. So if you don't like to listen or don't like to watch videos on YouTube, you can listen to it through the other podcast. I just want to mention that I do also stream from my YouTube channel, typically on Monday nights and Saturdays, and I will be streaming tomorrow. I'll be helping a new member run their very first raid. I think it's going to be a Ron raid. So everyone who stops by, I thank you in advance for that. And that is it. I believe we have a Scumdeath's Corner before we leave tonight. So I will end the show by saying, Uncle Scumdeath, what is going on in the UK today, brother?
Hello, welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. I'm not walking to band practice. I'm walking home from the pub. My mate, who I've known for about 20 years at work, but we've actually worked together for the last 5 years, he's left. It was his last day yesterday. So I've gone up the pub with him and his husband, and we've had a couple of pints. I'll tell you what, it's been class. So, a little bit pissed. So I went Tesco's, or supermarket, whatever you call it, and got some tinnies. So I'm just walking down to my brother's house. And, yeah, it's cool. Like, you work with someone for a long time, and when they leave, it sort of leaves an empty shell. I've got a mess room in that, where I live my work life out of. But he's long gone. But, you never know, do you? Things move on, don't they? He's going to the police. He's now a policeman. And, I'm still a fucking gardener. Skinny Winnie, what are you doing? Yeah, I thought I'd come down with my brothers for a quick tinny before I get home. So, yeah, I tell you what, Skinny Winnie, what are you doing? Push the weights, get down.
Okay.
Is that it? Okay.
I guess he was still recording, by the way. It's dead air. Okay. Thank you, Uncle Scumdeath. Hey, everyone. Remember, as you're playing what's that?
Yeah. Skinny Winnie, what are you doing? Skinny Winnie. No, I'll fight you in a minute. Hold on. Yo.
Oh my God. I'm lost. All right. Thanks, Uncle Scumdeath. Well, remember, everyone, as you're playing Lightfall Season of the Deep, remember to take breaks. Get outside and touch grass, Hades. Remember, we only get one playthrough in this world, so make it count. And more importantly, be good to your fellow Guardians out there in the Destinyverse.
Defeat is not surrender, Guardian.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian. Son of a
Guardians out.
After a while, crocodile.
I like it. Man comes prepared.
Get toddled.
Oh my God. I'm dying.
Is Uncle okay? Is he okay?
I'm worried about Uncle.
Kogo, man, I'm telling you, man, you should think about doing voiceover work. You got a great voice, man, for radio, for podcasting,
really?
Whatever. Yeah, I think you do. Don't you think so, Hazel? I'd listen to an audiobook.
Yeah. It's definitely better than when he says you have a face for radio. So.
What? I didn't say that. I mean, I have a face for radio, I'm sure. But I don't know. I've never met Kogo. I couldn't say that. But you just have a good voice, man. You have a solid voice.
I'm glad. I'm sorry I kind of faded away. I didn't feel like I did a very good job, but I enjoyed being out here. So.
Everyone fades away at the end.
You're perfect.
Like, question? There's a question? Yeah, he spent all his time coming up with a question, and I just,
No,
don't
look at it like that.
No, me and Hazel, we've had a lot of conditioning. That's how we never fade. So
yeah, I've hardly ever even. This is probably the most this mic's been used.
It's a good mic. Sounds good. Well, hey, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna do a little post editing, but yeah, great show tonight, guys. Okay,
I've eaten dog food before. I'm sorry. Can I just stop there? I would suggest that just don't do that. I've done it.
I think everyone's tried it, man, just to see what the dogs taste.
What?
Is that just me? Oh shit.
It might just be
Oh,
maybe that's a generational thing.
I'll edit that out.
I appreciate the PvP-ness.
A new member just sent one in, and he's from French Canada. Or what was that? French Canada? No. Somewhere. Let's find out.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What? Did I say something?
No, we're fine.